I'll fight Dominic Brazil. We offered Miller the rep. Miller didn't want it. Miller said straight, ain't fighting Dillian Whyte.
Really? You know? Why you think that? Why you think so?
He's scared. I let these guys say all these things about me, but they know there's something about me where he might beat me.
I think he told us personally that he'll fight you any day.
Yeah, but he said he'd come out on social media and say he's not going to fight me. The one thing, saying something in an interview and then not doing it. I'm the kind of guy where you would never hear my name called with a fight and then it don't happen.
Right.
Okay. If I say I'm going to fight this guy, I'm going to fight that guy, you know. Any guy I said, people talking about Luis Ortiz, I offered to fight Luis Ortiz 3-4 years ago. I said to him, I'll fight you, but one is going to agree that there's no second mandatory, there's no waiting 6 months, no waiting 1 year. You fight me next. No one else apart from me a while ago, oh, I ain't signing that. And then he also said to me, private message, oh, I'm going to make you wait 2 years. I'm like, why? You getting paid career high money.
Well, the text do that?
Yeah. I can show you the text. Wow. Like, I can show you the text.
Show us.
Hey, good morning. Shout out to the UGC underground community. Big ups to the underground clique. Y'all take the time, go to the homepage, hit the channels tab, and subscribe to all my brothers in the UGC clique. Great rising, good morning to everybody, man, that's tuning in today. It's Monday. Y'all know what we do, man. We talking boxing. We got some topics today. Coming off a weekend of boxing. And we most definitely going to be talking about the PBC. We definitely going to be talking about PBC. Wilder has been ducking Dillian Whyte for quite some time. And Dillian Whyte has been at that #1 spot in the WBC. Not only has he been in the #1 spot in the WBC, he's also ranked #1 in the WBO and #4 in the WBA. So Dillian Whyte is ranked top 5 in 3 different sanctioning bodies in the heavyweight division. In 25 or 26 fights, he's had 25 wins, only 1 loss. Guess who that loss came to? The unified heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua himself. No one else. Okay? And we definitely doing this live stream today because it's not enough people putting pressure on Deontay Wilder to fight the best competition out there. We know he don't want no smoke with AJ. We know that. After destroying Dominic Brazil in 1 round, knocking him the fuck out, he turned into a reverend when he was asked about AJ. Good things come to those who wait, looking ass nigga. You know, he started double talking. And he's saying we gotta wait. So my opinion is he's scared of AJ. He's scared of the risk of fighting AJ. So until he get in there and face AJ, he's scared. He's scared. Anybody that's ducking career high paydays and multiple straps, an opportunity to become undisputed, to solidify yourself in the history of boxing, you are scared. I think Deontay Wilder enjoys his position as a celebrity. Hollywood Wilder. That's his new nickname over here on the UGC. He is Hollywood Wilder. He does not want to lose the position that he's in, the recognition, the admiration, being loved by any and everybody. Oh, this is the heavyweight champion of the world. You got a lot of people in the world, man. They lust for fame. He's comfortable being known as the heavyweight champion of the world. And we already know this is why I say overhyped PBC in the title. PBC's overhyped because they are very strategic with putting their favorite fighters, Al Heyman's favorite, most popular fighters, putting little competition in front of them. But when it comes to the guys that he's protecting, he don't want to put them in top level fights, risky fights, because they can lose the money, they can lose the belt, they can lose the respect. So as a result, the PBC, protected boxing champions, are overhyped. These guys are not fighting the best competition. Now there are some. Shout out to Junior J. Rock and Jared Hurd. We got Tony Harrison and Jamel coming up June 23rd. So I know we got Keith Thurman fighting Manny Pacquiao, but to me that's not really, that's not a top elite level fight. That's a defense. That's not a unification. Okay? Manny Pacquiao is already a legend in the sport, right? Even though he's still a dangerous opponent, Pacquiao winning or Keith winning, people gonna say, oh, well, you beat the old Pacquiao. If Pacquiao wins, oh, you beat Keith. Keith was, the layoff fucked him up and whoop-de-whoop. Whatever excuses that people gonna come up with. But is that a top level fight? It's not Keith fighting Errol. It's not Keith fighting Sean or Errol fighting Sean or any of those guys fighting Bud Crawford, which they don't want to do. PBC is overhyped. Okay? PBC is only beneficial to the fighter, not the boxing fan. We lose out on a lot of exciting fights, the best fights, when we're hoping and wishing and hoping that the PBC will man the fuck up. Okay? So, moving on from the Brazil fight, congratulations to Deontay Wilder on doing what a lot of people expected him to do, which is knock out Dominic Brazil. Much credit to him. This guy is something that we've never seen before as far as that right hand. It's a paralyzing type of power. So doing it in one round, that was fantastic. Fantastic. But you know what I would like to see? AJ in there with him. If you can do that to AJ, you get all the respect in the world. The UGC flame is off you. But you don't want that smoke. So you need to go the next best route. Not fucking Fat Ortiz. See? Because I don't want to see two niggas fight each other who are ducking the unified champion. Wilder and AJ turned down huge offers and the opportunity at greatness to fight AJ. These are two ducks, okay? Why do I want to see two ducks fighting each other? That's not going to impress me. Wilder versus Kalnaki, who in life and death were Charles Martin, a guy who AJ stretched at his 15th or 16th fight, something like that. No, thank you. Everybody talking about how Wilder is going to be raising up, he's betting on himself and he's going to become more popular. Nigga, how? How? Creed 3? That's about his only best bet. Fighting these regular, irrelevant niggas, that ain't going to get it done. That ain't going to get it done. I don't see it. AJ going to keep fighting. He going to get fights in America. Niggas that want to get paid is going to fight him. He's going to be going to these platforms, doing these interviews. He's going to be marketable. And as a result, Wilder going to be looking stupid. Wilder gonna be looking stupid, knocking out bums. AJ is gonna be fighting the best that he can fight. And we talking about the heavyweight division. Okay? Wilder talking all this good thing come to those who wait. Well, you know, if you wait too long, something bad might happen. What Eminem said on the 8 Mile soundtrack, pretty much you got to seize the moment, right? Capture the moment. Better never let it go. The opportunity is right here. Opportunity's right here. But you know what? He's worried about his star power, maintaining his celebrity status, being in front of the cameras and the lights. But how about being in front of the camera and the lights on the biggest stage, buddy? On the biggest stage. You are delaying the biggest fight in boxing. You know? You start stuttering Stanley ass nigga when you asked about AJ. Then you turn him into a preacher. Talking about having faith. You talk about how you don't want to get hit upside the head. About how you can lose your life in there. You scared. You scared of AJ. Because AJ can take everything away from you. And a lot of people can't deal with that. The character. A lot of people can't deal with that L. You know? So, as a result, Deontay Wilder is straight ducking. Because he's unsure of himself when it comes to fighting AJ. If he fights AJ, I'm an American. I'm going to root for Wilder. Okay? But at this point, the energy I'm seeing from him, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he'll win. You know? I don't think he knows if he'll win. That's why he ain't taking the fight. But if you ain't going to take that fight, if you want to get some credit from a real one, how about fight Dillian Whyte? He's #1 in the WBC sanctioning body. WBC, y'all need to stop with this fuck shit. You know, they are protecting Wilder. They are. They are trying to do everything possible to get this guy the lightest touch possible. Wilder, are you scared of Dillian Whyte too? You know, why would you text this man and tell him, you know, I ain't got to fight you. You know, you can wait 2-3 years, you know. So the WBC is okay with allowing Wilder to just keep ducking Dillian Whyte when he's right there. He's been doing what he's supposed to do in the WBC, holding that silver title, 4 defenses, over 500 days. What the hell else this man got to do? The WBC should be ordering this fight next. It should be ordering this. Now, Dillian Whyte got a tough fight coming up against Oscar Rivas. This is the heavyweight division, so who knows what can happen. AJ got a tough fight coming up against Andy Ruiz, so who knows what can happen. But if Dillian Whyte is successful, there should be no excuse. Okay? Your fucking fanboys are going to give you a pass to fight anybody. Okay? We're going to give you the flame on the UGC for ducking AJ. We're going to give you the flame for ducking the real mandatory, which is Dillian Whyte. This is ridiculous. Shit is ridiculous. PBC is overhyped. They strategically get these underdogs to get in there with these top level fighters, because I'm not taking nothing away from these fighters. They are top level fighters, but they're fighting low level competition. Period. Al Heyman is concerned about protecting his top fighters, but don't give a shit about the fucking underdogs he put in there in front of him. So keep the same energy. You ain't about protecting everybody, only your favorite fighters. The Errol Spencers, the Tank Davises, Deontay Wilders, you know, your money makers. You know, as a result, it has watered down the sport. PBC is overhyped. Shout out to everybody tuning in. If you're feeling good this morning, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Big salute to everybody, man. Once again, I'm your host, the Black Horseman. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to send this link out to my brothers in a second. We're going to talk about Whyte, Duck, and Dillian Whyte. We're going to talk about the Overhyped PBC. And then open topics, man. Whatever other things that we, discuss today. So I'm going to go ahead and send this link out to my brothers so we can build. We back on doing our morning traditional live streams. Okay. We do what we do on UGC. Niggas be coming over here like, why y'all live? Other people live. I don't give a fuck. Shit. Go over to their live. Shit, there's millions and billions of people on YouTube. Us going live at the same time somebody else going live, so the fuck what? Nigga, choose what channel you want to watch. That's how that go. Link sent. Link is sent, my friends. Let me see who we got up in here. Chin Smoke, B&B Boxing, Charles D, Jalik, Double Talk Promotions, the leader. Red Glove, No Name Rose, good morning. See what the comments y'all made. Gully says, Worldwide Super Series have made more unifications and undisputed champions than Heyman with less than a tenth of the budget and a small amount of motherfucking time. Say it again. You know how Wilder preaching. Say it again. Ha. The truth is shall set you free. Ha. Truth is the new hate. Ha. Boxing Monster says it's like Uncle Heyman has his favorites within the 100 plus fighters he has, and he will let some of them fight tough opponents and others stay on the shelf. Conflict of interest when you advise both. Nothing but facts over here. Nothing but facts. Boxing Monster says Jaleek's about to start defending Wilder and Uncle Heyman's PBC. Well, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. He's starting to come around, though. It's getting a lot more difficult to keep defending this shit. A lot more difficult. Let me see. Boxing Monster says Wilder can fight an Uber driver next, and these fanboys will say Wilder has more power than Iron Mike. Talking about Tyson's resume. Yeah, bro. Fanboys are the worst for boxing. They just get so infatuated with what that fighter is doing, but don't really pay attention or don't want to give attention to what they're not doing. Red Glove says he needs to stop ducking those high payday fades or those fades going to stop coming. Let's see what we got. Red Glove, what's up, bro?
Not much, man. How's it going?
Everything is good, man. It's definitely up. First day of the week, doing this morning boxing talk, man. You know how it is.
Yeah. This whole thing with Dillian Whyte is getting pretty ridiculous.
It is, man. This guy, I watched a little bit of interview he did towards the end of last year, where he's been wanting to fight Deontay Wilder. He shouldn't even have to call him out. Once you put yourself in a position at the number one spot, they should not be mandating the number 4 guy. The number 1 guy should be mandated. That's really disrespectful, man. That's just like, damn, like I'm trying to think of another example where somebody can work so hard to get to the top to challenge the best out there, and the champion can decide, nah, I don't give a fuck how many niggas you beat. I don't give a fuck how hard you work, how many times you defended your silver title. I'm gonna fight the other guy that ain't did as much work as you, and that's what WBC did. They selected Dominic Brazil as the mandatory, whereas Dillian Whyte is at the number 1 spot, and he's ranked in 3 sanctioning bodies. He's number 1 in the WBC, number 1 in the WBO, and number 4 in the WBA. So It's really ridiculous, man, and it just shows the politics of what's going on with the WBC. And I don't know if Heyman has some, his hand in that situation, but it's just like anything to just keep giving a pass, giving Deontay Wilder his own freedom to choose who he wants to fight, you know. And they got to do better with mandating the right opponent.
I agree because there's that old saying, actions speak louder than words. And Dillian White, I mean, he's called out Deontay Wilder, so he's used his words, but he's taken it a step further and put himself in position. He had to take action. He had to take fights to get himself in the number one contendership position. It's not like somebody just came and handed it to him.
Hmm.
So it is really messed up. As far as the WBC is concerned, um, I heard recently, it might have been on here, that somebody had sued them once before and almost put them out of business.
The
Um,
WBC?
yeah,
Yeah, I heard that.
and my understanding is that Dominic Brazil could have sued them. Now, I'm not trying to defend the WBC because at the end of the day, they're the ones who put themselves in a position where they could have been sued.
Hmm.
I don't really know what the circumstances are, how Brazil had that kind of pull with them, but the bottom line is if if even with this position, they should have worked something out where they said, okay, Dominic Brazil, you're gonna get your shot, but we need to go ahead and prioritize Dillian White, and then you get the winner of that fight. They should have worked something out. In my opinion, they should have never even been in that position. But
Hmm.
with the position that they were in, I think that's the right way they should have. I think I think they I think Brazil didn't necessarily want to fight Wilder. He just wanted a shot at the title. So if they, you know, put in, a stipulation that the winner of White versus Wilder had to fight Dominic Brazil, I think I would have preferred that. And then that could have been really like a light touch after, a-
Right.
after when, if White won, that would be his first defense, and Deontay Wilder kind of going back to what he'd been doing anyways.
Right. Right. It's like get the tough stuff out the way first, Get the tough competition out the way first, then have a light touch. But it's like you're trying to take your light touches before. I mean, that's the PBC blueprint. What's up, Unbiased?
What's good, man?
Good morning, man. Everything is everything. Talking this overhyped PBC, water, consistently ducking, dealing white, and just open topics, man.
Yeah, man. So I don't understand a lot of these Wilder fans who are okay with this, but were in tears about Luis Ortiz in his situation with AJ. So it's crazy, and what's crazy is AJ didn't even own the belt was vacant when Luis Ortiz was a mandatory to AJ. Then AJ fought Klitschko. Then they put the WBA and gave AJ the title, and then AJ had to honor his IBF mandatory because he won the IBF belt first. That's what people don't want to realize.
Mm,
That's how it works. So, I mean, if you want to look at it as ducking because AJ had to honor the IBF belt first because he won it first, then
hmm
I guess that's a duck. But this dude is clearly ducking Dillian White.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy how the dude just literally he inbox he texted Dylan White talking about he literally was gonna make him wait 2 years, and that was at the end of last year. He said that. So the way Wilder acting, we're not going to see him even consider facing Dylan White until next year. Till next year, sometime late next year. Shizbiz, what's up, man? He says Wilder would be happy to make White wait for another year and a half. That's just ridiculous. This baddest man on the planet got a guy sitting at the number one spot, and he's happy to make this guy wait. Like, why do you think that he will make Dylan White wait so long? You think he's just because of his resentment towards Eddie Hearn, You think it's because he's concerned about the risk or what?
I think he's concerned about the risk, and he's trying to stick it to Eddie Hearn. It's a 2-for-1 deal for him. And then I just want to add real quick to what Unbiased was saying about people who were, in tears about the whole Ortiz thing. And what those fans don't understand is that had AJ went ahead and ignored the IBF, who is known for stripping without any hesitation, they would have stripped him, and then we wouldn't even be talking about undisputed right now. We
Right,
we'd be trying to get another unification on the way. So
right.
that's what people don't understand. They can hate on AJ all they want, but the reality is this: AJ is the one who put in the work to make this fight undisputed. Whether you
Hmm.
hate him, love him, or indifferent, that is what AJ did. He, like I said, actions speak louder than words. He went and collected each belt one by one. You can say
Hmm.
what you want about Fury, that he's the real champion. You can say what you want about Wilder, that he's the longest reigning heavyweight champion currently. But at the end of the day, AJ is the one who put in the work. It's not his fault that Fury vacated the titles. You want to say that he's not the real champion? That's fine. But you can't deny the fact that the man is the one making this undisputed.
Yeah,
You, you
facts.
know, it's crazy, man. I was listening to another channel. I'm not gonna say any names, but they were a lot of the people calling in were saying, "Oh, Wilder, if AJ lets Wilder get a knockout like that versus whoever next, he's definitely gonna be the A side, and Wilder's gonna snatch everything that AJ was hand given." I'm like, hand given. This dude had to
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. Like these people, they be saying anything. I don't even get it, bro.
Wow. Like him knocking out some random person is gonna make his belts mysteriously just vanish from his presence and just inherit Wilder's just gonna inherit those straps by not
Yeah.
fighting them.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Some people live in PBC Duck world or some shit, man. Um, but yeah, man, like, okay, I want to bring this up to you guys, man. So it's like I put in the title Overhyped PBC, right? So what on to you guys, who you guys feel is the top three most popular PBC fighters right now? Let's start with you, Unbiased.
I would go with Tank, uh, Wilder, and Spence.
That's facts. I agree with you. Can you agree with that, Red?
Yeah, well, for me, it's a toss up between the two-headed Charlo and and Tank. They're kind of on the same they're kind of on the same level, like both Charlos and Tank.
Hmm.
The only difference is Tank is really because he's so inactive. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So I kind of give the edge to the two-headed Charlos, but Tank, it's about even. I think if Tank were to be a little bit more active, it would be a definite Tank, Spence, Wilder.
I think that it was even, but after their last performance, the Charlos, I think they stock dropped. Jamel
That's
lost,
true.
and
Yep.
Jamal arguably lost to Korobov. A lot of people felt he lost that fight. And that was supposed to be a showcase. Like these guys struggled, both of them. So
I
I
mean,
think Tank, he's
Also,
still go ahead.
you also got to put into perspective about Tank's Twitter box rec. He's undefeated on there. You know what I'm saying? So, and he uses social media to promote himself. Even when he's not fighting, we talk about Tank. You notice that? When's the last time he fought? I don't even remember, but we've talked about him fighting Gary, fighting Lomachenko, fighting all these guys. He constantly keeps himself in the media, but he's not fighting.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I asked y'all that question because I'm making a point about the overhyped PBC. Like when you look at their opponents, right? Let's just see. Deontay Wilder's coming off his last fight versus Brazil. Okay. Um, I mean, that was I'm sure 98, 99% of people knew he was gonna knock out Brazil. We got Errol Spence. He was supposed to fight Sean Porter. Now we don't know who the fuck he fighting. He was supposed to fight in August. Now we don't know the date. He's coming off 3 tune-ups in a row. Tank, who the fuck is this guy he's fighting? You know. I never heard of this guy. Um, and it's just like they keep putting their favorite guys in with complete underdogs, and that's just my point that I'm making. That like in that article that I was reading, that they try to act like it's about safety, and making sure they get the most money, and if they, little risk and high reward, but then they not thinking about these underdogs that they throwing in there with them. They getting stretched, bruh, stretched out. These guys is getting taking major punishment. So the PBC's blueprint is make sure I protect my top guys, my money makers, but just throw anybody, any random guy in there, and then make the fans wait to see them, make the fans wait um, to put them in there with top competition. And when they do put them in top competition, it better be like Aaron Cohn said yesterday, the whole United States Treasury. So this is ridiculous. Oh, PBC is so overhyped to me, man, and I just see how they do. I see how they moving, and their blueprint is, protect their money makers, make their money makers fight guys that they know that's it's make them fight guys that they know they can beat, and from there, man, just make everybody wait like the Mayweather Pacquiao shit. Boxing
Yeah.
Monster says Wilder tanking Pacquiao. Y'all think Pacquiao is more popular than Spence? Like right now, currently, like you think that as far as the PBC favors Pacquiao over Spence?
I completely forgot about Pacquiao, to be honest with you. Nah, Pacquiao's more. I think he's more popular than Spence. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that like overall, as far I mean, because he is new, to PBC, but I still feel like he's not gonna get protected like Spence is. Like I feel like Al Heyman is definitely going to make sure that gets his way. Like they'll probably throw Pacquiao to the wolves, if they had the opportunity. Um, but yeah, he is popular. We're not gonna lie. Pacquiao is super popular. So yeah, I forgot about that. But excluding him, it would definitely be Tank, Wilder, and Spence for sure. You know, and they always putting them in there with these little light touches and shit. Let me see. AOBZ says the people comparing Wilder to Tyson are so casual, it's disrespectful. I mean, the thing about that is a lot of people are looking at his knockouts, but not really comparing competition. You know, uh, we can say clearly that Ortiz's best. Wilder's best competition is Ortiz. That was his best competition. Other than that, who we talking about? Brazil, Spilka, Stavern, Gerald Washington, uh, Fury, who he had a draw with. He didn't beat Fury.
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, when you really chop up his resume, I just think that it was a different era, man. It's a way different era. I think Tyson was a killer. He was knocking motherfuckers out silly and one. How many? I don't know how many first round knockouts Tyson had, but it was a lot. You know, um, and he was doing it from the gate. Wilder, on the other hand, uh, I don't think. In matter of fact, I don't think Tyson was talking all this reverend business talk shit. You know, Wilder's over here, talking about the risk factor and getting hit upside the head and how he can lose his life. First, he threatening guys, acting like he a killer. Now he worried about being killed. You know, Tyson wasn't worried about that shit. He just get in there and fight anybody. You know, so I definitely gonna get that nod to Tyson. Tyson had power. He was short though. He was only 5'11". Had crucial uppercuts, hooks. He had good head movement. So if we talking about overall skills, that got to go to Tyson. They got to go
yeah.
to Tyson, and he had power.
That's
And then
easy.
look, and then there's even a parallel, or a comparison you should make. I shouldn't say parallel, but like look at what Wilder says when they ask him about AJ, and then look at what Tyson said when they asked him about Lewis.
Mm,
Completely
right,
different. He
right,
wasn't talk. He wasn't talking no business. Oh, we put our lives in. Nah, he was like, I want to eat his heart. I want to eat.
right.
All that stuff, and it was completely different. Like
Hmm.
there ain't no comparison between the two. And even though Wilder has like disadvantages in weight, a lot of times against these guys. Tyson had disadvantages in weight, height,
Yeah,
reach,
yeah.
and in every area you could
Right.
think of.
Good
But
point.
his power was like it was crazy in a much more difficult era, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like you said, it's a different era. We really can't compare. As you can see, everything I brought up, there's no comparison between the two.
Mm-mm.
But what we have before us is the era that we have. So we need to like place these guys amongst their peers.
Mm-hmm.
And what we see is a lot of fans who are just being very biased and they're not being real. Like when you're saying that Anthony Joshua was handed everything, but yet you think he's gonna lose his next fight, and you knew Wilder was gonna win his next fight, you're kind of contradicting yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Facts, bro. Um, Boxing Monster says Spinks was a better fighter on Tyson's resume than anything Wilder has. AOBZ says when Tyson made his controversial statements, he ain't come out after saying he didn't mean it. It was real emotion. Yeah, that's true. He was a real savage. Real savage, you know.
But plus, Mike Tyson was mentally unstable. We should all know that. You know, what I mean, the dude grew up in Brownsville. He was robbing grandmothers and
Yeah.
like kicking in car doors, and you know what I mean. Like, so he grew up bad. Wilder doesn't seem. I mean, I can't speak on his upbringing, but he seems to have his marbles for the most part there. Tyson, he was like a nutcase. I mean, let's
Right.
keep it 1,000.
Right. I think that's why I call him Hollywood Wilder. He puts up the act to act like he's a super chaotic, psycho ass nigga. Like he got power, but trying to act like that, get in that mind frame like he just some straight up killer. He ain't that. Stop, bro. If you was that, you wouldn't be talking all different at the end of the fight. You know that was just checkmate. Like man, I told you he Hollywood Wilder, man. All this acting shit. If he was really like that, you wouldn't have walked over there and hugged Brazil after that shit. You would have been pissed off at yourself that you didn't get that body on your record, like you was saying. But he was after the fight. He was talking about, it's a dangerous sport. We could lose our lives in there. And so I'm like, damn, that's a hell of a switch up, bro. Hell of a switch up. So I guess you just do what you have to do to sell the fight. You know. Angel Santos says the most important part he said was getting the most amount of money for all parties involved. That goes to show this all about the money. Money over legacy above all else. Bag season. Facts. Facts, man. That's the thing about it, man. That's also the difference between this era and the era before is that these guys, man, it's just all about the bag for them. It's all about the bag, and it's not about legacy no more. It's not about legacy. So it's all about getting the most money before they get in there. It's like I got to get the most money, before legacy is a factor. You know.
Yep. Just like Spence, bro. Spence is doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, keep it 1,000. Wilder, Triple G, Earl Spence, they all, to me, they the same. Because Triple G was talking that I want legacy. I want to be like Carlos Monzon. I want all the belts. And then we saw he was chasing Canelo for his whole career, for the money, for the bag, right?
Mm,
We saw Spence. Spence was like strap season. I want all the straps. Crawford got up there. Now he's, you know what I mean? Now he's a businessman, completely switched. Now we got Wilder, and you know what he said. He just
mm.
went from being the baddest man on the planet, one face, one champ, to this is a dangerous sport. We get hit in
Jason
our
Bird.
head.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right. What's
Hey,
up,
yeah.
Jalik,
Jalik?
I
Double
just
Talk Promotions.
What's
I
up?
just
What's
want.
up, man?
Hey, Jalik,
Huh?
you don't look half bad without dreads. Just so you know. I think that's the real reason why he's coming at Wilder. He feels them dreads slipping away. He's like, Wilder, you
Yeah,
got,
you
Yeah,
and
know.
he's like, I ain't gonna be watching your fights if I gotta watch them ball.
exactly.
Have a crispy lineup and everything, bro.
Shout out to the UGC, black, unbiased, the most biased UK.
Man,
So
get out of here,
you
bro.
clout chasing for them UK cells. He clout chasing for them UK cells. We see it. Shout out to Red Glove.
Shut
His
up,
boy
Jalik.
Anthony Joshua can do no wrong. That motherfucker can do no wrong. Anthony Joshua. And you know Joshua gonna get knocked out by Wilder.
What is he doing wrong in this situation by wanting to unify with your boy?
You act like he gonna win the fight. You act like he got the style to win the fight.
Don't
It has
double
nothing
talk,
to do
Julian.
with if he's gonna win or not.
Right,
He's
we're not
trying to
talking
make
about
the
win or
fight.
lose.
Damn, if he's so Jaleel, if you're so confident, how come? Why isn't Wilder jumping on this opportunity?
I told you the fight gonna happen next. Watch,
Hey,
man.
Jalik, I got a quick
Huh?
question.
Yeah,
For you, bro.
yeah.
If Wilder was so confident that he was going to win, why wouldn't he just take this fight?
But
Like
I
just
think that
next, like why wouldn't he just be like, I need to get this fight out the way? Because I mean, don't you think that stretching AJ, your bag is going to go up anyway? You talking
I think
about
that
undisputed,
yeah.
bro? But I think this is what I get from it. I could be wrong, but the way I see it, you avoiding AJ and you want to get the most money out of fighting AJ because you scared you gonna lose. So
Oh
it's like
no, you can tell.
if I lose, I gotta make sure I walk away with a whole boatload of money.
So okay, yeah. I don't see. I think it's just posturing, and they want the fight. I still think it's gonna happen next because that's the biggest fight. With hopefully AJ get past Ruiz, I'm gonna be watching that fight. That should be a good fight.
You didn't
I
see
think it's
Luis
posturing.
Ortiz. You didn't see Luis Ortiz get in the ring with Wilder after the fight and
That's part of the
stuff.
That
negotiation. Okay, let me ask you this: since he had a first round knockout and they offered him 120 million, how much you think they're gonna offer him now? His stock just keep going up.
Okay, Jalik. So you kind of sound like them casuals that
No,
Bias was
no,
talking
no,
about. So I
no.
guess all Wilder got to do is knock out somebody in the first round who he's supposed to beat. Knock him out in the first round, and that's supposed to raise up his negotiation
It's called
rate.
negotiate. It's called negotiation. Somebody making up a good point. I was looking at an interview and it was like
What's your source?
I forgot who it was, but it
Yeah.
was with Jay Deese. It was Waters' trainer and manager. He made a good point. When they start gentrifying the hoods, right? And you got this house and they offer you money to buy your house, but you stick around and stick around and stick around, and the prices of the realty, the prices of the houses go up, and then at the final time, then you're gonna get way more money than they offered you at the beginning. So that's what I think they doing. That came out of his mouth, and I was like, yeah, but I seen that already. But if they offering them 120 million now, the price is gonna go up. Also, Shelly Finkel said he got a meeting with John Skipper next week. So that's what I'm saying. The fight is gonna happen. He said
So
that.
you this is where you used two wrong references. You made one reference where that sounded like Wilder was going to duck and wait until his stock rise, and now you're saying Shelly Finkel is going to meet with them
No,
next
those are
week.
two
So
different people. Shelly Finkel said it out
yeah,
his
but
own mouth.
JD's also manages Wilder too. He's a manager slash trainer.
Right. So he was just speaking on his situation why he didn't sign that 120 million. Don't you think he's worth more now after his first round knockout? They're gonna
No,
nah,
give him more money.
that ain't true.
Not
no.
only not
Bet
Bro,
only
do
are
you
they gonna
not you see? Look, this is a
Okay, hold
problem
on.
with
Because the Jalik, let me just put this in perspective. So just a reminder. So because he knocked out somebody, AJ already knocked out in his how many fights? Unbiased, the 16th fight,
17th.
17th fight. Now he's supposed to get more money because he knocked out a leftover.
it's about buzz. I'm trying to explain something to you. Social media is Anthony Joshua's fight with Brazil on social media and causing people to have all those different streams. They put that shit, the first round knockout on CBS own Showtime. It got like mad millions of views, and it
You don't
happened in
think
the
they
first
put
round. So that creates a buzz. Now
you don't
Well,
people
think they
shut
put
Jalik,
down
you
people
were
AJ's
more.
knockouts on social media?
they
Doesn't
do.
But
AJ have
it's
more
different. It's
doesn't
different.
AJ have more followers than
He
Wilder on social?
does. He does. But
So,
that
but
doesn't.
Jalik, but being the A side usually has to deal with sales and numbers, not
Nobody
viewership
cares
and
about the A side. Only you care about the
social
A side.
media.
I don't care about the A side.
Wilder cares about the A side,
He
apparently.
want what he's worth. I
And you're
mean,
talking about him
So,
trying
What
to
is he
hold out
worth,
for more
Jalik?
money.
Jalik, please tell us what is he worth.
in the US, I think for AJ fight, he gonna get at least 50 million, at least. That's
Wait,
just
wait,
one
wait,
fight.
wait.
And then a rematch, he gonna get at least 50. Because the fight gonna be on pay-per-view and it's gonna
whoa.
generate money worldwide. He gonna get 50 million, man. It's the heavyweight
Wow.
fights.
But
I'm
he
telling
already
you.
turned that down, Jalik.
So
Yeah,
so
He
so
already
But
turned that down though.
y'all crazy, man.
nah, Jalik. You
And it's a lot.
can't.
Let me say something. It's a lot of niggas in the chat. Iron King. A lot of niggas try to make their name off debate. I mean, y'all niggas need to take some tune-ups before you get in the ring with me, man. Y'all gotta build y'all name
Delete,
up.
you haven't made a point yet.
Nah,
You
what I'm
yet to
trying to
make a
explain to you,
point.
I already know the fight gonna happen next. I can see it. I already know it's gonna happen next.
Hey, it's
But
a good question in the
y'all
chat,
know it.
man. Hey, these
What?
niggas act like they. I think some of these niggas can debate you in the chat. Chizbid says, "How much did he get paid for the Brazil fight?"
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, man, build your name up, man. I'm tired of going back and forth with that. The
Like
fight
I
gonna
said,
happen next, and all y'all
Hey,
niggas.
I think, hey, Jalik, I think you are the tune-up, fam.
Nah,
You
I
are
ain't
the
no fucking
tune-up.
food up shit.
go ahead, Delete. Just start shouting out everybody. Just
Nah,
do
everybody,
what
I
you
can't
do.
see.
Time,
I
yeah.
can't see the thing. But yeah, the fight gonna happen next. I'm surprised y'all can't see the posturing going on. Nobody's gonna turn down 3 belts in their career high payday. It doesn't.
He already
Delete,
done
He,
it,
we're
He
man.
boxing.
did.
Delete,
he
we're
didn't turn
boxing
it
fans.
down.
We're not worried about
He
posturing. We're worried about
he
fights.
didn't turn it down. The
He
reason
did
Yes,
why
he
they
turn it
did.
down.
the reason why they didn't sign with the zone because they didn't want to put themselves in a position where they couldn't fight Tyson Fury. By him being a free agent, he can fight Tyson Fury, ESPN, and he can still fight AJ. Doesn't that make sense? You don't
He's
want to
not a
sign with
free
the
agent,
zone.
but okay.
You don't want to sign with the zone and not be able to
So
fight Tyson Fury. He don't want to block. He don't want to block himself in. Kind of like Homeboy is in a great position. Shout out to Regis Prograis. He can fight PBC. He can fight ESPN in the zone. That's the best position to be in because we always want to see we want to make the fight. So I
Well,
see why
Wilder's
they done it.
PBC. Wilder's PBC though.
he's
But
loyal to Showtime.
Danny Jacobs is PBC too, as well as Jesse Vargas. So you get what I mean?
But Wilder said he's loyal to Showtime. So
And Jacobs is actually
He's not on a
try to
long-term
unify.
contract.
Has Wilder? Let me ask you a question, Jalik. Has
Yeah,
Wilder fought on any other platform other than Fox, PBC, Showtime?
as of right now, no. But his
He's a
stock is
Showtime.
increasing.
He's
Everything
an
is
out
changing.
hanging nigga.
Everything is
yeah.
changing though. Everything is changing. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, because the stock has increased. You gotta if they offered if he
Oh
was
my
gonna
God.
take a flat rate, if he was gonna take a flat rate of 12 million to fight AJ, then now all of a sudden he can get 50 million. I mean, that was good to not accept that flat rate. We all know in boxing, when you don't want to even fight somebody, you offer them something that's not their worth, and do you make an excuse of oh they just turned down the
Jalik,
money.
that
You
would
That's
get
be
what I'm
not
true
their
if
saying?
he
word.
accepted the 50 million.
That's crazy, man. People
That
Oh
would be
that's
true
what
if he
man.
people
accepted
do.
the 50 million.
I swear, this type of stuff only happens for Wilder, bro. Triple G, we told Triple G to take whatever Canelo was offering and stop bitching. Didn't we all say that?
Facts.
I don't know
But
about
for
you. I don't know
Wilder,
what you do for a living, but
but for
I'm not just
Wilder,
taking anything. I'm not
but
the
for
thirsty
Wilder,
desperate
Wilder's
anymore.
highest payday was, I think, just a little bit above 2 million, and we're telling him, "Hey, don't take that 12 million. You're worth 100 million."
I
That don't
never
make sense
because
to
I
me.
don't
because
know
you
I'm just
about
because
saying,
you,
you
but
because you stretch Brazil in one round.
that's crazy.
Wow.
and you know there's gonna be an undercard. Those dudes gotta get paid too. So yeah, the pay-per-view might do 100 million, but it ain't just AJ
it's
and Wilder the ones getting paid.
it's worldwide though. We thinking of it. It's going to do millions of pay per view in the UK. It's going to do at least 1 million in the US, and then who knows what it's going to do in Asia, Africa, all over the world. This is a
So
world fight.
cool,
It's
man.
different.
But based on what you saying, I think Wilder will be like, nigga, shut this nigga don't know what the fuck you talking about. I'm not fighting Dillian White or AJ no time soon. And you
Oh,
talking
that's what
about
you got to think. Oh, about Dylan White. Yeah, I want to
no,
see
no. I
because
mean either of them niggas. He not fighting none of them niggas, bro.
because the WBC, I don't even think he wanted to fight Brazil. He
If
wanted to fight Tyson Fury
listen,
rematch.
let me say this, Dylan, Jalik. Don't you think if Wilder had plans on facing AJ, he would have said it right after the fight, after he stretched Josh
It's
Dominic
it's
Brazil?
called it's called
Yep.
posturing. When you bring Ortiz in the
I
thing,
don't know what that
it
means,
lets
bro.
posturing.
I don't. You know, some you think you know what cloud chasing is. You don't know what that is. You think you know what posturing is. You know. You just throw shit out there, fam.
When
Charles
the fight
D.
get made, yo, you just see when that fight get made, you gotta
What
get a
up?
gold encrusted anklet, my nigga. Get that
What up,
Nigga,
anklet.
Charles?
you gonna have motherfucking ball fade, nigga. Hey, Charles, what's up, bro?
Charles D.
Shit, chilling.
Man, you been ducking the UDC for a minute, fam. You done got LDBC initiated or some shit. I heard they put you on a set over the weekend.
They did what?
Nigga said they did what? Nah, I heard through the grapevine, man. You was on some LDBC shit. You know, LDBC live. You was ducking our live streams, bro.
Fuck out of here.
What's good though, man? Tell us about this past weekend. We didn't hear from you.
Nigga, my phone died. I was recovering like a motherfucker, boy. Saturday was rough.
What you mean?
Man, niggas was smoking, drinking, watching the fight.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good time, man.
It was
You know,
ridiculous. I ain't go nowhere. I ain't go nowhere Sunday.
don't fail that piss test, bro.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
You went to the fight, right, Charles D? You went, right?
Yeah, son. I ain't get home till like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that traffic is crazy. Just to leave the fucking Barclays be like an hour in the fucking parking
I
lot.
had to park like 20 minutes away because I didn't want to put my shit in the parking lot.
That shit $50. Yeah, that shit $50, yo.
Nah, nigga, that shit was $62.50.
Nah,
Nah, it
for
went
real?
up. Yeah, we paid
Yeah, when they
50.
have
Yeah,
events in the Barclay, they up it. Usually it's like 30, 40 bucks. They
That
up
shit's
that shit.
stupid. Hell nah. Fuck that.
I
Hey,
parked my
parking
shit way
was as
down the
much as
block.
his tickets, bro.
Nah, my tickets was 175. That was almost half my
I gotta
ticket.
pay
Yeah.
$60
Park my
for
damn car.
parking. If I gotta pay $60 for parking, man, fuck Deontay Wilder with that bullshit, nigga.
that's
What?
how New York is, man. New
No,
York crazy like that.
that's not because of well, it is because of the fight, but it ain't because of Wilder. It's just because it was an event at the Barclay. Just like when you want to
Basketball or something, anything?
nah, the Knicks shit ain't usually that bad, but like when you go to damn, what's the last shit I went to that I paid parking that was fucking crazy?
Like a
Like
concert or something.
Went to the J-Rock shit.
nah,
I love J-Rock.
the international car show that they be having at the Jacob Javits Center in New York. Man, listen, it's 50 million goddamn parking lots over there by the Javits Center because it's right by the garden, so you know niggas make money off that shit. Listen, it's like $70 to park your car when they do that stupid ass car show, and they towing your car if you park on the street because if you ain't got a certain tag on your car, you can't park on the street. Man, last year I seen so many niggas get their shit snatched, towed for no reason, just because cops can tow your shit. They was grabbing niggas' whips, and then you got to sit there and you come out of the fucking event and you like, where the hell's my car? Now you got to find where they towed your shit and. You in New York, this shit can be any goddamn where. Harlem, Queens. They just send your shit on some random spot. So I wasn't trying to do that shit. I parked like 20 minutes away, man.
Damn, bro.
I'll just hoof it.
Hey, bro,
Save myself $60.
You read what Angel Santos put in the chat?
Uh-uh.
Lewis Deontay Wilder said that why not fight Luis Ortiz 2 or 3 times?
Wow, Julie, you done. Rematch ass nigga.
Y'all crazy. Y'all believe everything they say. You gonna see.
You see how this shit come back, bro? It haunt you, man. The shit that you put out.
He was using a reference how the heavyweights back in the day fought multiple times. That's
Why he don't have that energy with AJ?
And they spinning.
Why not have 3?
They spinning it, man. Y'all
Why
crazy.
not have 3 fights with AJ? But now Ortiz.
Y'all spinning it.
Man,
he was saying it as a
ain't nobody
reference.
trying
Like,
to.
why can't we fight? He was like, don't be afraid to lose your I don't care. And
Ain't
like
nobody
back
trying
in
to
the
see
day,
this nigga
heavyweights
fight
was
Ortiz
losing.
again, man. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
I ain't watching that Ortiz fight.
He got in the ring. I was mad as shit.
He was out of shape looking. Nobody want to see that shit.
I don't give a fuck if he was out of shape. I don't give a fuck what the fuck's he doing in the ring. It's not the fight we want to see.
This is the guy a lot of you niggas defend, man. Not y'all on the panel, but a lot of people defending this shit, bro. Wow.
Listen.
These niggas' opinions is mucus at this point, man. That shit out of there. That shit's out of there. If this man have, what are you talking about 3 fights? Like, man, come on, bro. You stretched him in the first fight. I tell you like this, man. And then it's like the more he keep avoiding this mega fight, we don't never know what's gonna happen. Yeah,
you know how many people were booing in the fucking crowd when he started talking that stupid shit. When Jim Gray was asking him questions.
Oh, he was? Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, niggas was mad because he was not talking the shit we want to hear.
Wow.
Hey, but also, Jalik, there's another article where Wilder's manager sees Joshua Fury as more likely for 2020. So, just saying, man, it's not looking too good for you out here. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Keep the same energy, Julie. Just saying, bro.
All fade.
It's
I'm
getting
biased,
more
boy.
difficult to defend this shit, bro.
I'm biased. He hate Wilder. I don't know why, man. What happened, bro?
I hate Wilder because I want to see him fight AJ. Now I hate him. Okay.
Wow.
Damn, man.
You'll
It's
see
crazy.
everything. Everything he say is like they offer him 50 million. You go against that. Knowing down well, Al Heyman is a rich nigga from the music industry. 50 million to him ain't shit.
Right.
You know what
But
I'm saying? He
didn't
got
he get?
millions
Didn't
of
he get some?
dollars.
Didn't he have some investors that invested $500 million?
And he got investors. And he got investors. So how 50 million?
So it
That's
ain't just
nothing to
all
him.
Al Heyman. But he
Yeah.
got
That's
a
nothing to
lot of
him.
fighters though.
And then Eddie Hearn and AJ admitted that the 50 million was legit. Like, come on, man.
It's
And
Angel Santos said it's disheartening. He's a huge Deontay Wilder fan, but this is disheartening for him. Shout out to ILTBA in the chat.
It's disheartening to me too. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want
stop
to see. I
lying,
already
bro.
told y'all.
You
I
keep
already
defending
told.
this.
defend him still.
You
I
keep
already told
defending this
y'all I'm
shit.
not watching. I'm already told y'all I'm not watching. I got hope that it's gonna happen.
No, you said this nigga's posturing. So he got to fight Ortiz 2 more times. That's posturing.
Nah.
Let that shit
That's
happen.
posturing
I'm not watching
negotiation.
shit.
Man,
Jelly Finkel said the fight's gonna happen. It's gonna happen next. I'm telling you, unless AJ don't want it. You know what I'm saying? AJ seen that right hand and like, oh, he
nigga,
already.
stop.
And it's
Nah,
funny
just
too
Stop.
stop,
when
bro.
they used to ask
Just stop.
AJ the questions,
He ain't
he got
stupid
it.
enough to walk in with his hands down like
Hold on,
Donovan
let me
Field.
let
Stupid
me think.
ass.
Hey yo, Black. Hey Black, shout out to Black. Yo, look, when they used to ask him about the fights, like y'all the ones that's have to get in the thing. He looked like he was intimidated by him, kind of how I feel like Errol Smith is a little intimidated by Bud. He's like y'all the one that don't got to get in the ring. And then he was talking about Barry Hearn already said they wanted to fight in 2020, and he said he didn't care if they never fought him. But then they had to come and change the narrative on it. People forget about that. Barry Hearn said it out of his own mouth.
Yeah, but Barry Hearn doesn't. He's not
He's
AJ's
part of the
manager.
team. He's
Yeah,
part of the
Barry
team
Hearn is
though,
like
so he's just a
193
come
years old.
He's not.
right.
He's not. Also not AJ's manager. And what he said in that sequence that people always try to twist was that at that point that was what 2000 what 17 or 16, right? What year was that? He said why would AJ now fight Wilder when that's a money fight? They could do that in later 2019, 2020. That's what he said he would do if he was managing AJ, but he's not.
Wow. Look in the chat. Angel Santos says, fuck this. I'm canceling my Showtime. Goddamn, Wilder, you got niggas canceling their subscription to Showtime, man.
Wow.
Dumbass shit,
Yeah,
bro.
the only thing Showtime got
I ain't
going for him
canceling
is
Showtime.
Wilder.
Fuck that.
Only thing they got, I ain't gonna front though. That Wu-Tang documentary shit, their documentaries be fire, boy. They got Ron Artest shit. That's Showtime good at that. But as far as boxing, I'm not even gonna watch that Tank fight. I don't
Hey,
even
Red
care what
Glove, you
happened.
got some distortion coming from your
Oh,
I was
my
about to say,
bad.
like somebody getting fucking
Is it better
electrocuted.
now?
he's electrocuted. What's up, Ahmed?
Yes, how's it going? Yes, what's man? Yes, how's the rest of the panel?
What's good, man?
I'm good. How's it going? Red?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm trying to figure
Ahmed,
out why this is making noise. Is it better now though?
He's
Nah.
it's
he's
still
going
making
through
noises.
shock therapy. He's going through a shock therapy right now.
All right. Let me try something real quick.
All right. Charles always eating good when he on live stream, man. He be eating breakfast and shit.
All right. Better now?
Nigga, I be starving.
Yeah,
That's why.
much better, Red. Much better
All
for
right.
now. Yeah.
All right.
Ahmed, assalamu alaikum. What you think of the Wilder fight, Ahmed?
He already
Oh,
gave it. He told us yesterday.
Oh,
I
he
No,
told
did.
you already yesterday.
ask him a real question. Ask him, how do you feel? What you feel about Wilder possibly facing Ortiz in 2 more fights, and how he's been ducking Dillian White?
Now, yo, did this guy say that Wilder deserves 50 million?
He
He
did.
did say that. Yes.
Because it wasn't about him. Because I was on the Facebook, one of the groups on Facebook, and some guy goes, I go, he was offered 120 million, innit? Obviously, that wasn't for one fight. That was for what was
Hey,
it? Three
Charles,
fights,
do me a
innit?
favor. Mute real quick. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, for 3 fights, innit? So someone goes, it wasn't for one fight. Okay, that's fair enough. Then they were saying that 40 million is pennies compared to what they could make. But the guy was saying the fight's worth 100 million. If it's worth 100 million and he's getting 40 million per fight, guaranteed a rematch, even if he gets knocked out, that means he's getting 40% of 100 million. That's like, I've done the maths. That's like 50, I think 50 times his highest purse, which was about 8 million, whatever. So I don't know how people could say
Wow,
that.
Lee.
No, I don't know how you could ask for half of what was it, 100 million, whatever.
Yeah,
Joshua's the guy he's the guy who's gonna bring in the money. Like he's the reason that fight is so big. It's not because of Wilder. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
The Wilder does kind of bring something to it, and right now that's the biggest fight in boxing, arguably. But like Joshua Fury is a bigger fight in the UK. In America, okay, fair enough. Wilder Joshua is probably the biggest fight right now, but I don't think Wilder deserves 50 million or whatever. 40 million was a fair deal for both fights. Like that was 80 million for two fights. So I don't know how anyone could defend Wilder, but I've seen people actually defend him on Facebook.
Yep.
You know what, man? I hate to say this shit, man, but I just like, you know what? How dare Wilder turn down the offer from AJ? Any offer from AJ? Like, motherfucker, like, okay, cool, nigga. Because I look at it like this, like, Wilder, you need AJ, bro. You need AJ. You know, I know a lot of people trying to say that AJ needs Wilder, but it's like, who needs
Joshua don't need it. I was even thinking, that was a bad knockout the other night, didn't it? I was thinking if Joshua and his team, after trying to make the fight, was it 2 or 3 times, and Wilder, whatever, whether it's him or his team or Shelly Finkel or Al Heyman, turned those offers down, what was it, 13 or 15 million? Like, the zone actually went all out and tried giving him a $120 million dollar offer contract. Like that, even then, I was thinking, Joshua really don't need him. Like, I know some people are saying that he can't keep fighting the likes of what was it, Miller, and who's he fighting now, Ruiz, but there is still Fury and Usyk out there, and those are still big fights in the UK.
Yeah, Fury he can fight Fury, he can fight Usyk, and I mean, shit. Hopefully, since Wilder out here acting like a hoe, hopefully, Fury will step up to the plate next, and we will get unified versus in the lineal. So, Fury still has a good chance, against Joshua, and Joshua has a good chance versus Fury. So at least maybe Joshua can do what Wilder couldn't do, which is actually Fury.
And if Fury fights Joshua, there's a chance that obviously a lot of people will see that as the winner as the lineal champion, but there's a chance the Ring Magazine belt will be on the line because Fury and Joshua are ranked number 1 and 2. So that's still
you said Fury and Joshua are ranked number 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't get that.
In the Ring Magazine or what?
Joshua's 1 and Fury's 2. Fury overtook Wilder after the Wilder Fury fight because
he did win. I mean,
yeah, everyone thought he won.
To be honest with you.
So that's what I'm saying. So all this belt that Wilder brings a belt to the table. Yeah, he does in terms of undisputed, but the lineal championship, I'd probably say, is more important. Like, if they can't get that final belt and Joshua becomes a lineal champion, I'd say that's probably a bigger prize in itself.
But speaking of Fury, what's crazy, man? Fury came back. He fought Sefer Safari and Pinata, and he got ranked number 1.
That's WBC for you.
Yeah, in the WBC. But Dillian Whyte's fighting actual contenders like Joseph Parker, and now he's fighting Rivas.
That's because That's because Wilder and his team wanted the Fury fight. So WBC will do anything.
But but look what you just said. That's because Wilder wanted the fight. So it basically is like Wilder is the sanctioning body.
Yeah,
he gets to pick who he
I
wants.
wouldn't say Wilder. I'd say Al Heyman. Yeah, so Heyman and them, they wanted
the Wilder. Fight. The WBC is the Wilder Boxing Commission, man. That's what that shit is.
Why Dillian Whyte ain't fight Luis Ortiz then?
Listen. I just played the interview at the beginning. He basically put in the contract, if he fights Luis Ortiz, that's a direct line to Wilder, and Wilder turned the shit down. And he hit him up. He got it on text or whatever.
Wilder the champion. You can't negotiate shit to the
champion. Wilder was saying the same. Wilder was saying the same thing. Wilder said the same thing.
Come on, man. Dylan Whyte,
come on, he
this
already
is mandatory. This is mandatory.
Don't want to work with Ortiz. It was high risk. He felt low.
First off, Dillian Whyte is ranked higher than Ortiz. You do know that, right, Julie? You do know that, right?
Dylan Whyte don't want to work with Ortiz, just like AJ ducked his ass. They was
he already off.
No, he already offered him.
Let me say something. Dillian Whyte,
Um, I got.
Eddie Hearn was promoting Luis Ortiz after he left
Mm-hmm.
Golden Boy. He was just a
Yep.
pawn, so he
Nope.
wouldn't have to fight him. Everybody
You got it
know
wrong.
that
You
shit,
got
and
it
then you
wrong.
gonna say the
See, look.
mandatory.
But
Young
let me
Golden Boy can't do no
nah.
fucking wrong. You know
Let me
that boy.
just.
God,
But Jalik,
he
Jalik,
got
let me
posters
explain.
on his wall and
Hold
everything.
on,
Take
Jalik.
them posters down.
Jalik,
Jalik,
let me.
are you okay with AJ getting stripped just so he could fight Ortiz?
But
Because
yeah,
that's
hold
what you're
on.
Man, that was
saying.
just
Yeah,
part of the
because
game.
Jalik doesn't even know the background story of what happened. Listen, AJ and Vladimir Klitschko fought. They fought for a vacant WBA that Ortiz was the number one mandatory of, right? Then they had a rematch clause in that fight. They were going to have a rematch, but
And
Klitschko
they didn't fight.
didn't. Hold on, Klitschko didn't want that fight. Did you know that Anthony Joshua won the IBF belt before that, beating Charles Martin? So he has to fight a mandatory for that.
Who was his mandatory?
It was Pulev,
Pulev. And then Pulev
Pulev,
pulled out.
and
and so he
Pulev
had
pulled
to.
out.
So then he had to fight Takam, who was number 3 in the IBF.
He
And
had to
Luis
fight him.
Ortiz was already tied up by that
No,
time.
Luis Ortiz popped, and then he
Mm.
took the
Oh, is that
WBC.
what it
Let
was?
me ask you
Then he
guys
took.
this.
Then he hold on.
Damn, Jalik.
Then hold on. Then he took the WBC route because he dropped out of the rankings on his own accord, not because anybody told him to leave, but he left on his own.
Mm.
Who was
Let me
So
that?
ask you guys. Let me ask you
And
guys
then
this.
fast, hold on, Jalik. And then fast forward, he got offered 7 million, and then he turned the fight down.
And
And
this
so
that
time it was
listen.
was
for 3
I was gonna
That's
belts.
see
true. That's
I
true.
was gonna see
But
that
let
for
me
that
ask.
fight for one sec for Walder
Why are
White.
you out here
He's
defending Ortiz? You need to
what?
stop.
No, for Walder White. Walder wanted to fight Joshua. He said, "I want," just like White wanted to fight Walder. So if you're gonna defend one, you can't. Like you get me. You gotta be consistent. You either defend both of the guys, like, or you don't defend either. Because Walder wanted to fight Joshua, and they offered him the White fight for 7 million, which is a great price. But he said he
How
wanted.
you know it's a career high purse day if you don't know they backing money? Also, too,
Oh,
let me ask you guys
Here we
this.
go.
Let me
Jalik,
ask
you
you
okay.
don't
guys
know
this.
their back
Yo,
end money.
You
how you
don't
know
know
they
it
got
either.
back end money?
It
How you gonna
sounded
So then
like
how
offer
could
Cali
this
you?
Enigma,
fucking?
man.
How you gonna
How could
offer
you
him
say
seven
it?
million? How you gonna offer him 7 million? They got more
Jalik,
money than
you're the
you.
only one bringing up this back end money that none of us know about.
Exactly.
Don't nobody know what
That's
this
what I'm
back end
saying.
money shit is, man.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying,
It
man.
don't exist, man. This is bullshit.
Let me ask you
And
guys
not only
this.
that, don't you think that if Wilder's getting back end money, AJ being the higher earner is getting back end money as well and more of it? Don't you think that
Yeah,
that's
they,
what will be going on? Like, and don't you
yeah, they
think that
both.
the
I
back
don't.
end money for a AJ fight is going to be bigger than the back end money for a Brazil fight, a Kaunaki fight, for a Ortiz 2 fight, for a
Hey, but
Charles Zelenoff 2 fight?
Red. Not even
I got
that,
two
man.
questions for y'all.
A Dillian White fight. A Dillian White fight is a big fight for Wilder. That could potentially be a money fight. So I don't understand why he wouldn't fight Dillian
Let
White.
me ask
I
you
would
guys
pay
this.
pay-per-view for
Especially
that.
if he do it in the UK.
Yes,
Exactly.
Can I, can I
yes.
ask you guys
Like
That's
what?
this?
the
You was
perfect situation for Wilder next, man. I'm telling
hey
you.
unbiased. Let me ask you this.
Go
If
out
you
to
was
Wembley or O2 or wherever the fuck
unbiased,
the marinas is and
Go ahead, Julie.
unbiased. Let me ask
Go
you
ahead.
fight
this.
out there.
If you was part of Joshua's team, would you sell would you enforce that he sign up for the WBC clean boxing program?
Yeah,
You would do that?
For
Okay.
yeah.
what though? You
Okay.
don't have to do anything. Like
Say it
I
I
again.
know.
mean,
Are you
Jalik's
for a clean
question.
how mad? Are you for a clean sport or are you not?
No, I am, but
Are
I'm
you for a
saying
clean
the
sport or are you
W.
not? Okay
One sec,
then. Okay. So what's the talk?
one sec. If
What's
you're
the
not
talk? Why he not
fighting,
signed up?
if
Why
you're
it
not
don't
fighting for
matter.
the,
It
if you're
don't
not fighting
matter.
for the
It's for
belt and
anybody. It's
this
free.
and
It
the
don't
testing
matter.
is
It
not
don't matter.
stringent.
I would tell him to drop out of so he doesn't have to keep paying for all these drug testing. Because if you know AJ's background in drug testing, he's doing multiple. He's not just
But the
doing one.
Exactly.
He's
WBA
doing. But
Certain
have got a
testing.
new
hold on.
program as well.
Certain
Yeah, but
testing you
hold
can
on.
get testosterone
But
exemptions.
hold
We
on.
all know this. Come on.
Hold on. He's doing VADA every fight, but he's not doing it yearly because he's doing I forget the
That's
name
the
of that
best
one.
one.
He's doing the other one that he
UCAD.
does yearly,
No, not
right?
you, Pat.
Exactly.
It's called
You could.
no, no.
You
Adams
got to
Yeah,
get
there
Norlac.
you go.
UCAD if
That's
you're a
He
Charles.
does.
UK
He
fighter.
does.
Charles said it. Adam
Yeah,
or something like that.
he's
Yeah, but
doing
the
Adams
WBA
Norlac.
have
So
got one as well. That's what I'm trying to see. If the WBA
The
are gonna
WBA
start
full
a,
boxing program ain't all that great though. That's why Miller popped.
but you could say the same for the WBC one as well. A lot of boxers
Right.
have
So if you
said they
can,
really get
so
tested.
Well,
certain stuff that
WBC
we
seems
all
to
know
be
you can.
catching everybody though. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but there's
The
some people
I
have
problem.
give
said they
I
really
give
get
WBC
tested.
the nod for the testing, but everything else is trash. You know, they bias to their champions and just cherry pick mandatories and shit.
Well,
Shit.
what
And as a
about?
Hamed, you
champion,
follow. Hey yo, Hamed, you follow AJ on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this? Send him a DM and tell him, look,
Why
niggas
would
want to
I
see you in
send
the
him?
WBC boxing program. That'll help your
This
career.
dude is
Oh,
crazy.
so
No,
it's
what about
You
J
got
Rock?
all this talk about.
What he's proposing 3 months
Bro,
of VADA
Jalik,
testing.
Jalik, I hear you,
Huh?
bro. I'm not disagreeing with you, Jalik, but guess what? Undisputed, if Water would just man the fuck up, we ain't got to worry about this clean boxing program because the WBC comes with that shit. Okay, so
But
at the
what
end
I'm
of the
trying
day,
to say is, if you're not fighting for the WBC belt, is there really? Look, I know it sounds a bit bad, and like, don't get me wrong, I am for everyone should be tested a lot more for clean sport. But I'm just saying, like, look, Lomachenko, a lot of people have been on his case. He's gonna fight for the WBC belt. He should be enrolling from now on because he's fighting for
He's
the
not
belt.
enrolled yet. He's not
He
enrolled
should be,
yet.
but he's fighting for the belt. What I'm trying to see, if the WBA are doing something and he's getting tested by VADA, UCAD, and I think is there anything else as well? He's being tested by. What I would say, if you're not on the clean boxing program, maybe you should be doing what J Rock is saying, like do 3 months of testing before the
Yeah, or
fight.
all year
The,
round, Vada, all
all
year
yeah,
round.
if you could do all year
That's the
round, there's
best
not
one.
many guys
Vada
who are
all
doing.
year round. So you can't pay nobody money to not get you tested and high shit like they was doing on Icarus. So that way it'd be the
But
cleanest
no
of the
one is
clean.
really doing that though.
Jalik,
It would be good.
so Jalik, is that what you thought? Is that your excuse for Wilder not taking the undisputed fight?
yep.
Yeah, because
You
I
see
think
it.
I know the fight gonna happen next.
You see it. You see it, Black.
I
Yeah,
know the fight gonna happen
I
next.
just
It's
wanted to
just
know
that
his
I just
angle.
want to
That's the
because
fight.
some people, it's a lot of blind supporters out there. They like their guy, but their guy
Yeah,
has
like
no
you,
flaws.
I'm neutral,
Yeah,
like
bro.
he don't
you.
got no flaws. I never heard Umbaya say anything that's in opposition to AJ.
Well,
AJ,
as in
how
this
many
scenario,
posters he gave you?
in this scenario, in the negotiations, and him reaching out, giving Wilder his biggest paydays ever, building Wilder's name, pretty much Wilder making a name off of AJ. So
Mm.
I mean,
I
look,
ain't
how
making his
can
name off AJ. He's doing knockouts,
He
consecutive
cloud chasing,
knockouts.
bro. He cloud chasing.
he's clout
People
chasing?
don't. AJ is not that big in the U.S. though.
Wilder
He's big
Wilder was
overseas.
not as a
but
big a
yet
name,
Wilder won't stop saying his name.
Exactly.
right?
That's
They both
cloud
Exactly.
need
chasing,
each other.
Jalik.
They
Because
both
after all this
listen.
time he been calling out AJ, when the opportunity came around to fight him, when AJ was like, "Okay, let's get it on." Now, like he on some running shit. That's cloud chasing, bro.
Hey yo, hey Black, who you got between AJ and Wilder? Who you
What's
got?
up?
Who
I
you got?
don't have. I'm neutral. It's 50-50 to me.
Hold
But
on,
you
who
know
you
what?
think gonna win?
I just
How's
said
it
it's
50?
50-50. It is
Nah, you
50.
gotta have a prediction.
Ooh.
Listen,
Hey Black, you in the prediction league. What you gonna pick? Are you picking a draw or what? You in the prediction league. Shout out to Chad Ross. Who are you picking to win?
I mean, when the fight get made, I'll do my picks. You don't even know
Black
the fight, fam.
Black double talking, man. He don't want to
Hey,
say,
It
man. Come
ain't
I'll
on.
tell
double
you.
talking. Why is he gonna make a prediction for a fight?
That ain't
Like
gonna
like
happen.
a lot could happen. What if Wilder what if his next fight he's not able to knock out whoever it is because he hurt himself? Because you keep on hurting yourself like that, eventually something's gonna give. So he's
Hold
gonna
up.
make his prediction on their condition as of right
I
now,
agree.
when their conditions can be deteriorated by the time that they do fight.
Right.
So
Exactly. And
you
if when Wilder decides to fight AJ in 2025, that he might at that point we don't know what he'll be like. You know what I'm saying? He might have got slept by Kalinaki. You know what I mean? We don't know.
Can I say something? Why do people like I just sent something in the group Facebook?
That's
They
it.
always go on about Joshua's not a star in America.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just read that shit
He's
too. I'm
not
like,
as
what
he's
the
never
big,
fuck?
fought. He's never fought. But Wilder's not a superstar in his own country. Like,
but he a
Wow.
star though. His star
nah,
It's
is
he's not
stupid,
exploding.
really
bro.
a star.
Hey, that's the dim ass motherfucking star, dog. Damn.
That's a small, yeah, for
His
real.
star is
Jalik,
rising.
why is
Look,
AJ's tickets
hold on, Julie.
higher?
Compare that
Those
Man,
AJ
niggas is
to
listen.
a
coach.
light
Yo,
bulb, nigga. He a
huh?
light bulb.
He-
He's a star, but
Everybody
he's
know
only
who both
selling.
fighters are. They just need to make the fucking fight
Hey,
happen, man.
he's
Fuck
a star,
this
but he's
brighter
only
star
selling.
shit.
He's only selling 13K tickets. He's a star.
Well, how was the crowd?
How's the crowd? I don't know.
Yeah.
Charles,
Yo,
how's
How was
the
the crowd
crowd,
at the
bro?
Park Place?
yo, it was fucking packed in there, man.
That's what's up.
And he
It was
from
packed as
Alabama,
hell.
so yeah. And I'm gonna tell you
Fucking
this. I'm gonna tell you
Brooklyn
this.
always come out for him, yo.
If
I swear
Wilder
to God, it
fought,
wasn't no empty seats.
Now,
listen,
do you
if
think he
Wilder,
can do that? Well, shout out. Go ahead, Julie.
I was gonna say Wilder would sell. Wilder in the UK is more popular than what AJ is here. I guarantee you, if Wilder fought
Wow.
anybody in the UK, I bet you
That's
he'd sell at
that's what
least
it
I
depends.
Wilder
Yo,
fought,
I
okay,
but
guarantee
see,
you
Wilder's
at
already
see,
least
come
got
on.
50,000.
experience fighting in the UK, dog. He fought
Exactly. He
fucking
So,
fought
Hatley.
Ollie Harrison. Exactly. He
so
fought
don't you
Ollie
think the
Harrison.
smart thing for him to do is go out there and fight Dillian Whyte then, since he ain't gonna
Yeah,
fight
in
AJ?
UK. Nah,
That
he
that
yeah,
that would make a lot of money. It's
exactly.
a big
And he can
fight.
shut wide out. First round knockout.
I
So,
rather
First
say
round
see
for
I
knockout.
instance,
rather
like,
see the Dillian White fight than an Ortiz rematch. I rather even see the Joseph Parker fight
so
over
let me ask
Wilder.
y'all a question.
Yeah.
If let's just say for instance they put Wilder and Ortiz on pay-per-view, will people from the
Oh
UK buy
man,
pay-per-view to see that?
Nobody's gonna buy that. Niggas from the US ain't gonna buy
Why
it.
not?
Nobody's
They
gonna
pay per
buy it.
view, nigga. Is like 19.95. That shit is cheap as shit.
Oh,
who?
maybe over
I'm
there. I'm
just
talking
saying,
about
'cause
the
y'all
United
talking about
States.
how big Wilder is in the UK. Are niggas buying pay-per-views out there to watch Wilder out here in America?
I'm
Who?
sure they are.
Wait,
A
what,
lot of
Probably
what
them
was
are.
not.
the question? What was the
I don't know. You
question? What
gotta ask
fight? What
Ahmed
fight?
that shit.
What fight?
Like I'm just
What?
saying, like if he fought like Ortiz, I mean, it don't. If he's such a big star in the UK, it don't matter who he fight, right? So if
Nah,
he fight,
those
Nah,
fight.
you can't just throw him in there with a bum though. You can't just. It got to be a name. And Dillian White is
Nah, the
perfect because
only
he's from
guys
the
who are
UK
pay per
and
view stars, the
he's
only
a.
guys who could fight anyone right now on pay per view in the
because
UK
we can't count
is
Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury has, you know what I mean, a big.
even Tyson Fury is not really a pay per view star. And up until the Wilder fight, the only pay per view he had was with Wilder. No, Wilder. I mean Klitschko. He was meant to have a pay per view fight with Hay, but that was because he was a big pay per view name. But right now, the only guys who can fight anyone and get away and justify pay per view is probably Joshua, obviously, and maybe Dillian White. He's become a really big name. Maybe Fury, but it depends. Like Tom Schwartz is going to be on pay per view, but a lot of people are complaining like that's not really the right guy to fight. But I
Oh,
do
Dillian
think
White.
that if Fury fights someone prime time in the UK, if it's someone top 10 like Pulev or something, they can maybe justify doing a pay per view. But not too long ago, the only guy that was a pay per view star was Joshua. I think the only other guy was Hay. Really, now that he's retired, White has kind of made a big name for himself, and he's become a pay per view star.
Didn't
I want
Dillian
to bring
White
up.
do good in the UK against what's his face Chisora?
Yeah, those numbers. I think the rematch. The numbers were, I think, about 500,000 or maybe close to somewhere like that. I think those because he's on Sky Sports. They do good numbers, but White has been around for a while since the Joshua first fight. He's fought Parker on pay per view. At the time, I didn't think that should have been pay per view. He's
I want to
fought
bring up
Chisora.
Hey,
something. Oh, go
real
ahead. Go
quick.
ahead.
Oh, before you go, Red, I mean, since you talking about Dylan White, like, how much do you think that, being that this guy is a pay-per-view star in his own country, and you know he's doing 500,000 pay-per-view buys and stuff out there, how much do you think he's deserving to get paid versus a Deontay Wilder?
I don't think Dillian White is a pay per view star. He's a pay per view fighter. I think the guy who's a pay per view star is Joshua. Someone who's doing 1 million in the UK.
I mean, but
Br-
500,000 is guys don't even do that.
I think I might be wrong. It could be 300,000. I'm not too sure with the rematch. I'm
So
gonna have to check
how much do you think White is worth? Like, how much do you think is a good payday, a deserving payday for him to face Wilder? Like, how much
oh
kind of paydays does he
That's
normally
good.
get?
White or Wilder.
White.
White was offered 4 million with Joshua, and he said it wasn't enough. He wanted about 6 or 7. I think he
For
should be
paper
worth
with, but that had pay-per-view involved,
yeah.
so
I
he
think
was.
he'd probably be worth at least 4 or 5 million. Man, if I'm being honest, but the Wilder fight will probably be on pay per view though.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about putting Brazil on pay per view, so I
So
think
we talking about White ain't no just 500,000, 1 million type of payday a fight type of guy. We talking about up there, like in the like as I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out what average paydays he usually get. Like what is he used to seeing per fight?
Well, he got 5 mil for Chisora at the rematch.
Wow.
That was up front plus the pay-per-view upside.
Oh,
the
so
only guy that White clearly you could say duck was Pulev, but he had a reason because he was gonna only be offered. I know it would have been a title shot and he would have been mandatory, but he I think White has become more of a businessman now. He's fighting because he's become like a guy who's fighting on pay-per-view, and that fight with Park, I think he got paid a lot more. But if he took the Pulev fight, he would have only been guaranteed about 25%. So that's the reason he didn't take that fight. That was his reasoning. But the
Yeah.
fight with
Plus,
Parker
Parker's
was probably at the
yeah. Go
time
ahead.
was probably a better. I don't know if I could say scalp, but at the time Parker just come off a fight with Joshua, so I think that fight made more sense.
Right. That I agree. Yeah. Parker is a better scout than Pulev. I agree. And the numbers were 400K plus for the pay per
Yeah,
view, so
but
it's pretty good.
right now I'd say Pulev's a
Wow.
better scalp. I think Parker's kind of on the slide. Like he's, I don't know if he's done anything since that Joshua fight.
Ahmed, I got a quick question. Over in the UK,
Yeah,
like the political climate, and I'm not talking about boxing politics, but you'll see why I'm asking this in a second.
yeah.
Are people like having outcries while like with this Me Too movement?
What is that? I've heard of that. What do you mean by that?
Like these women coming out saying that they've been raped and all this, like is there a lot of outcry over there? The reason why I'm asking this question is I have a feeling that Pulev is going to have a hard time, like even though he wasn't guilty over here in the US, a lot of these we call them SJWs.
Social
They
justice warriors. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
You
they
said
like it
SJW.
doesn't matter if you were found not guilty. They in their eyes, they want to say you're guilty regardless because they have this narrative that they
I don't know
push.
about that. You can't in the UK. There's been people that have accused people. I don't really keep up with all that thing because I think
Well,
the
only reason why I'm
Western news
asking
is
that,
biased. But
only reason why I'm
I know
asking,
what you mean. Yeah, all right.
yeah, because what I'm saying is I think Pulev is gonna have a hard time because like I said, I don't live in the UK. If it's like that over there, he probably will have a hard time being pay-per-view no matter who he
No,
fights. Like,
I don't think that'll be the. They
all
didn't
right,
even really know who he was before the Joshua fight. They still
all
don't
right.
really know. And the fight with Hughie Fury was in Bulgaria. But if people followed the whole thing, I don't think the UK is like that. They're not really. A majority of the people are not just gonna blindly believe what they think. If they followed the whole thing, Pulev was, I don't think was guilty. Like she was after that caught up on video. What was it? She was around Pulev. I think it was. I can't
Giving
remember.
his team lap dances and shit.
Was it? Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Uh huh.
I'm just
yeah.
asking that because, like, over here, Johnny Depp got, and that's not boxing, but this is just an example. Johnny Depp got fired from doing the Pirates of the Caribbean, which is a big moneymaker for Disney, and that's because his ex-wife accused him of being abusive. But then
Was
later
he?
on,
Oh,
she
that was
In
the
came out
reason?
and said,
I didn't know that was the reason. Oh, okay. I was
I
like,
didn't
"Yeah,
know about that. As well. I didn't
yeah."
even
Then
know he
she,
got fired from. I
yeah,
haven't kept up.
yeah. There's not going to be no more Captain Jack
A
Sparrow.
lot of
So
Well, I
people,
only
a lot of
liked the
people
first
got caught
film. I
up in
didn't
that
really
Me
like
Too
the
shit. A
sequel.
man from House of Cards, and
yeah.
yeah, there's
And
other couple
she
people that
and
got caught
she
up in
came
that
out and said that she
Me
made
Too
that
shit.
shit up.
But also, he
So
wasn't even guilty, and they fired him before the
yeah,
case.
because over here it's all about perception. So like, and the sad part about it is in a lot of these situations, the people who don't even support whatever that is. In this case, we're talking about boxing. So like, let's say a big. I don't want to even put a name because that's a bad thing to say. So let's just say a big star in boxing over here is accused of rape. Well, as soon as he's accused, he's pretty much screwed because you'll have all these people who don't even support boxing having uproars and saying that they should be banned from boxing forever. So they may not get banned from boxing, even though they were found not, they're found not guilty,
Yeah,
but
but they all,
they would
they
have a
all,
hard time getting on pay-per-views. They probably would have a hard time getting ranked
I
because,
think it's different over there. Over here, they do more believe in the what is it, the system, like the prove guilty and
Hey,
not
but
guilty until proven guilty,
but
whatever,
what about
innocent
Floyd
until
though?
proven.
What about Floyd?
Pula, Pula,
that's
Pulev
true.
got, yeah. Pulev got off though. He had to
Didn't
do
Floyd go to jail 30 days or some dumb shit?
Yeah, but
Pulev.
what I'm saying is, so did Johnny Depp, but he still got fired.
Yeah, that
So
this
I guess
situation is different. Yeah, it's
yeah.
different. He just had to take a sexual harassment course. Also, the video that came out after fucked her name up and made her look bad. So that's a totally different situation. She was giving the nigga lap dances and shit like that.
Yeah,
So
she
she fucked her
grinding on
Yo,
whole
niggas.
name
you
up.
know what?
That's
You
not the
know
same
what?
thing. She fucked
I've
up
been
on that.
to two Joshua fights. Half of the guys that follow sport Joshua, they don't even know anything about boxing. They're just Joshua fans. So I don't think things like that would make a difference. Like, I'm not being funny, but the majority of Joshua fans are like casuals over here. Like, what
They
was it,
just want to have
89,
a good time.
80,
Same thing with
90,000?
Kovalev, didn't they? What happened with Kovalev shit?
Oh, yeah, I think he got to
Oh,
go
that
to
was
court in
different though,
June. His
wasn't it?
situation different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
has the case been resolved though?
Yeah, but did they resolve it yet?
Nah, I think it's
That's
in June.
ongoing, I think.
The court case is in June with
I was
Kovalev, I
just
believe.
curious about that. I didn't mean to turn this into a whole legal conversation.
Nah, Pulev gonna get off because she made herself look bad by giving a dude lap
Well,
dances. Like,
Jalik, I'm not talking about with when the public has outcry. I'm like, I don't think Disney would have did what they did to Johnny Depp had a lot of people not made a big old shitstorm about it, even though the
yeah,
girl
it's
came out and
personal.
said she made that shit up.
Was that
So
really Disney's decision then?
Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
about that. I
they
ain't hear about that. Yeah,
they
I
did the
never
same
seen the
thing to
fight.
James Gunn. They did the
Nigga
same
black.
thing to James Gunn. You know,
Nigga
he's the
black
one who
Jalik.
directed. He's the one who directed Guardians of the Galaxy. He got fired because of some jokes he made on Twitter. Now he got rehired, and that might happen with Johnny Depp as well. But as of right now, and I'm just saying, like with how some people act when it comes to rape and certain things like that, they it doesn't matter. Like once you're accused, a lot of times your life is you're screwed.
Yeah, some
So,
cases, but if you got your shit on tape, you can protect your name. You know
Hey,
what I'm
Red,
saying?
Red Glove turned this into boxing. Me too.
So let me ask you guys this:
Hey,
Was
well,
y'all
that
talking?
that falls into the open topics category. So you
Hey
good.
yo, hey Black, was y'all talking about? Shout out to ILTBA. Was y'all talking about the Mike Tyson shit yet?
yeah,
Y'all think Mike Tyson in his prime could beat Wilder?
I
Yes.
do.
Is that a question? Yes, of
Y'all,
course he could.
Hey,
Come
hey,
y'all
on,
think it's
Delete.
let,
Jalik,
let's talk
Oh
let's
my
talk about
god.
Delete
Jalik,
because
Jalik.
Oh
first of all,
no.
Tyson
Hey,
is the
real
bully.
quick, Jalik. I
Yo,
had to, I
yeah.
had to take your wrench and time you out, bro. You was talking silly, bro.
Yo, I do
Oh,
think
Hold on,
Wilder would have a
I was
better
laughing
stance,
my
but
ass off. I was like,
hold
yo,
on.
who the fuck?
Let's start. Let's break it down though.
you
Let's
was doing
break
all
it
right
I was
until
down.
that
like, how
moment.
the
I
hell did
thought,
Hold
Jalik
on.
get blocked? He
Wait,
got a wrench.
Jalik, are you about to make points?
Yeah,
Are we doing
let's
this? Are
make
you about
points.
to make some
Yeah,
points?
let's make
Go
points.
ahead. Let's
Can
hear
we
what.
all
Let's hear what he.
agree?
Let's
Can we
hear what
all
the
agree
casual
that
has to say.
Tyson?
Okay,
Can we all
what
agree
was the
that
hey,
question?
Can we
somebody
all
need to
agree
mute.
that Mike?
Somebody need to mute.
Can we all
That's
agree that
not
Mike
me. I
Tyson
don't know
is
who
a
that is.
bully? Was he a
I was
bully fighter
drinking.
or wasn't he? He was a bully, right? He based off his fighting style. He has skills, but he was more
Okay,
of a
before we
bully.
go any further, what was the question? I wasn't even paying attention. What about Tyson
Mike
and Wilder?
Tyson. Mike Tyson. He was a
What
Mike
bully,
about him?
Tyson
right?
versus
Mike
Wilder. Who
Tyson could
wins?
actually slip and slide. He could box. He could
Mike.
parry,
Yes,
jab,
that's
He
Hey,
it.
could,
Prime
Jalika
and
but
casual,
prime.
get
bro.
on the
He a
but he
inside.
also
casual.
was a
Mike
bully.
Tyson had
Jalik.
more than one shot. All
Undercuts
Wilder has is a
tomato.
right hand. All
Yeah,
Wilder has is a
Tyson
Jalik.
would
right hand.
knock
Tomato.
you out with the left or the right.
Yeah,
Uppercut.
Mike
man.
What
Tyson,
Come on.
all Tyson would have to do is just be wary of the
Head
right hand,
movement,
get
but
yeah,
control your
he
inside,
would
body,
body punching.
Really good
he
head
would have
movement.
great,
it would be a
great
good fight, but he
footwork,
was
I
I
don't even
think
think
fast as
Wilder
fuck.
is better than Frank Bruno, and look what he did to Frank Bruno.
oh
Like,
come
I think
on.
that's
God
Nah,
debate.
nah,
damn.
nah, nah, nah. Wilder's
That's
better than Frank
disrespectful.
I
Bruno,
That's
don't
but
think
Hey,
he's
hella
much better.
real
disrespectful.
quick, that was a good question in the chat.
Hella,
Chat Ross,
that was hella.
hey, this is a good question. Chat Ross in the chat says Tyson before jail or after jail? Two different Tysons. So yeah, that's a good question.
I'm talking about
I'm saying
Tyson.
Disrespectful.
First of all, he won off people being scared of him. Wilder ain't scared of him. He probably be more scared of
But
oh, he's
Wilder.
scared of
He
anybody.
ain't
look at
scared of
Frank
Wilder.
Bruno's resume.
Niggas
The
ain't
guy he
scared
got
of
knocked out
Tyson.
by Wilder would have got knocked out
Tyson
by
was like a
Tyson
bully.
and
He get
the
Lennox.
stopped,
question
man.
is
Listen,
Wilder gonna start talking about we risking our lives in the ring? Is the fight even
Oh
gonna
man, y'all
happen?
going with that,
Because
man. He
he's
been
I'm gonna
said
tell
he's
that
you like
definitely
though.
gonna
this,
say
man.
that shit about Mike Tyson.
You'd be
Yeah,
definitely
he
Yo,
right.
exactly.
Mike
He
still
definitely
trying to
saying
scare
about him.
people. Ain't nobody
We
scared of
the
Tyson.
only
Look,
thing that I
Jalik.
think that the only
Ain't
issue that
nobody
would be in
scared
a
of
fight
Tyson
is
no
that
more.
Wilder is 6'7". That would probably
Yeah,
be it.
but
But he
Tyson
and that nigga's
Exactly.
Tyson
real
made his
Let
tough.
career
Wilder
fighting
talk
taller
that
guys, bro.
body talk. Let
This is
Wilder talk
Wilder,
that
premature, man.
body talk.
Unless he
Mike
beats
Tyson and
Tyson
see
Mike
what
Joshua,
Tyson
Tyson
says.
unless he beats
Mike
Joshua,
Tyson.
this is just stupid, man.
Yeah,
Tyson a
exactly.
bully. Tyson a bully, my nigga. You're
Mike
not gonna be able
Tyson
to
would
bully
bother
Wilder.
How's he a
Weave.
Wilder is
bully? Mike
serious.
Tyson's era is way different than the era the niggas
Listen,
Wilder's fighting
my
right now.
nigga, Tyson.
He
First
was
of all,
way
Tyson
smaller than everybody he fought too.
He was
exactly, but he
short
not gonna
and
bully. He
he
bully
wasn't as
niggas.
big. He
He
wasn't a
bully.
big
Listen,
heavyweight,
okay,
man.
Jalik, let me say this, Jalik. Wilder would throw a jab, Tyson will get under and hit his body with some vicious hooks.
Exactly, but what he
And
gonna do when he
Wilder
get hit with a
will
right
Hold on,
hand?
no,
Jalik,
but look, hold on,
Jalik.
Jalik.
You gotta stop.
Wilder cannot fight on the inside. Tyson gets on the inside all the time. The fight is over.
And it's a
He's
So
going
problem.
what's
to
gonna happen when
viciously,
Wilder
he's
hit that right hand
viciously
though?
gonna
Hey,
stop Wilder.
Jalik,
Vicious.
you know what's gonna happen? He gonna be
Vicious.
Dominic Brazil stretched against
No,
Tyson
no, no. Wait,
in the
Tyson
first
would
round.
take it, but as long as he don't get hit by anything stupid. Like Tyson has faced guys who have been big punches. Lennox Lewis was a big puncher. I know he got
Yep.
knocked out,
Hell
but
of
in
a
Yeah,
his
but when he
prime,
fought Lennox Lewis, that was a
yeah,
That was an old
yeah,
shell
no,
of
that's what I'm
Tyson.
trying to. But he still took look for 8
Man.
rounds. The guy took shots, so Tyson could take a punch. Like, don't question Wilder. I don't think he could take Tyson's
Yo, there is nobody that Wilder has faced that hits as hard as Tyson, has that quick athletic footwork and head
head
movement
movement. Yep.
that just gets on the inside in a blink of an eye. Like, you're crazy.
Them upbeats is vicious, nigga.
And Mike doubled up, boy. That left hook to the body and that left uppercut come right after that shit.
Yep.
But I would see how Tyson take
And
Tyson would take
y'all
Wilder's
see
punches.
Deontay Wilder, his footwork ain't all that great. Even trying to dodge frisbees, and niggas tripping
But
on
he's 6'7" though. Look what whatchamacallit done to him. Look what I know he was past his prime. But look what Lennox Lewis done to him.
That's
Yo,
back to
hold on.
back.
I know you
Yeah,
did
but
not
talking
hear.
about prime
Man,
Tyson.
No,
wow.
told you,
right?
just
We
said
were
it
talking about
right
prime
there.
Tyson, man. We're not
Prime.
talking about shell of himself Tyson.
Yo, and Lennox Lewis is a way
We're not
better
talking
boxer.
about tattoo on his face, Tyson. Not that one.
Now we talking about Tyson. We talking about Tyson because Tyson is a bully. Once you step to the bully in the press
Nah.
conferences, you
What
gotta take
what
all
would
his
have?
confidence away.
What do you
Jalik,
think?
Tyson a bully,
if
man. He can beat
Tyson
bullies
was
easy
smaller than all his opponents and still beat them, and Wilder
because
is
they was
bigger than
scared of
most
him.
his. Hold on, let me finish. How does that make him a bully? So that's not Tyson's fault. Tyson went in there and did what he had to do.
He intimidated people, but Wilder's not gonna be intimidated.
How?
Wilder
The
does
nigga all
that
he
too.
all,
Is everything.
Did you
all
not
Mike
see
did was
Stavern
Wilder
2?
gonna
Did you not
chump,
see
yo.
Stavern 2?
Wilder gonna
You mean to
chump.
tell me that he wasn't intimidating after he knocked down the Stavern the first time and he's
I
standing
want to
there
know.
looking like
Wilder gonna chump Tyson. He gonna
I want to
bully
know how is
Tyson and
Tyson
knock
a
his
bully when
ass
all
out.
Tyson did in his early career,
I know a
Mike
bully
wasn't
when I
vocal
see
for
him. I
shit.
fuck
Mike
with Tyson.
all Mike
I
did
fuck
was
with
look at
Tyson.
motherfuckers.
Exactly.
That's it. So
Because
how's he a
got
bully?
power,
Mike
but
just
Wilder
looking
is
at you.
harder than him. Wilder
It's
is
Jalik,
his
this is
knockouts.
just another
His knockouts, man. Scary.
just add bully to another word that Jalik don't really know the real definition
Right.
of.
That's three
Yeah,
of them.
for real.
Like,
For real.
man,
How is he a
Listen,
bully? The nigga just gave you that look like
hey yo, I'm about to
it's
go to the
on.
gym, man.
Cloud
Y'all
chasing,
listen,
pivoting,
Oh
and bullying.
shit.
I don't know nothing about.
because this dude, I mean, look, Wilder's only a jab and right hand. He's not going to be able to fight in that era. Like Lennox Lewis, he could do pretty much everything. Holyfield, he could do pretty much
Yo, but
everything.
the shot
To
to
So
Buster
fight in that,
Douglas.
to fight,
Wilder would whip Riddick Bowe's ass is what you saying,
no,
Jalik.
nah.
Can't stop
Nah.
Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe.
Oh, okay. You need to
But
go
he
to the
would
gym.
but he would whip yeah, man, go climb a mountain.
Yeah, for real.
Riddick Bowe
You-
scared of Lennox Lewis. He's scared of Lennox Lewis. Throw his belt in the ring. He ain't
Yo,
scared.
but the shot
Ain't
that
nobody
Tyson
scared of
landed
them
on
niggas,
Buster
man.
Douglas would knock
Wait, hold
out.
on. So Wilder will beat Lennox Lewis.
I think every fan was mad that Bowe ain't take that fucking fight against Lennox. But shit,
Wait,
that's just one fight that he didn't take.
Julie, Wilder would have beaten a prime Lennox Lewis.
That'd be a good fight. That'd be.
No,
Oh,
I
just
think if they
answer.
let
Just
me
answer.
listen. Let me listen. Let me
stop
finish.
trolling.
Y'all try to control how I
Hey,
respond to
Jalik,
stuff.
you have been demoted from
It's
Jalik
a question.
to Jalik the troller. That's what you are, bro. Go ahead.
Not
Should
because
It's
I
just a
remove his
question,
rank.
Jalik.
y'all underestimating Wilder. Y'all think it's easy to just knock people out. He set up the shot. Y'all just think he just getting out there.
Oh
Y'all don't
God, we're not
understand what
I
saying
he's
it's
ain't
doing.
never
easy.
in the
We just
world.
saying he's
I've never heard one interview Tyson says, he's scared, to get hit upside the head and he worried for his life in there. He got to get the most money,
He
man.
wasn't saying that.
I mean, he
wasn't-
might say
yeah,
some
see?
homoerotic shit, but he ain't
Right.
scared of
He gonna
nobody.
say some appropriate shit.
Nah,
He ain't talking about he's, worried
I
about
broke my back, spinal.
I fuck with Tyson.
I forgot.
Hey, y'all seen that edit where he was on that little hoverboard thing and he fell off, and then they
Yeah,
edited
yeah.
that part in. I broke my back.
Right. My
And then
back's
also
Spinal.
too,
broken.
Tyson, how the fuck he gonna be Wilder when he a quitter? That motherfucker a quitter because he like a
Oh
bully.
my
Y'all see him
god.
Not
quit.
in his
He quit
prime,
at
he
the end.
wasn't.
He was. That's part of who
Which
you are. If
You
you're a quitter,
asked.
you're a fucking quitter.
you said what Tyson? You said 80s, 90s Tyson.
Nobody
When did he
challenged him.
quit?
If he had quit in him, he had quit
What
in him.
the? What you mean no one
Man,
If
challenged
you're a
him? He
Julie,
quitter,
got in the
you're a
ring with
quitter.
motherfuckers. He
Julie,
He's
just
a
go,
quitter.
made
go,
quick work of the
yeah,
motherfuckers.
His
go
best
climb
win.
that volcano, bro.
Shout out to Tyson. Shout out to Tyson, but we seen him quit. He was intimidated. He quit against Holyfield in the second fight. That's quitting.
You see who
He
he,
quit.
bro?
He quit against
Holyfield,
Holyfield.
Nigga, that wasn't
Holyfield,
quitting. That was called frustration.
and
No, that's called
he
quitting.
was getting
That's
beat
called
up,
quitting.
Getting
bro.
his ass
That's
What
called
do you
without
think?
kicked.
winning.
What do you think would happen if Holyfield fought Wilder?
Holyfield would destroy Wilder. It wouldn't even be competitive. He's a way better boxer than
I don't know about
anybody in
that
Holyfield
one.
this.
could beat. I think
He's
And
Holyfield
you
could
know
better
what?
beat
than anybody in this
both
era.
I can
Joshua and
honestly
Wilder.
say
I
the
think
era.
Holyfield gets stretched. Keep it
Nah,
100.
this era of boxing is not even comparable. Holyfield would
They were
get on
way
the
better
inside.
boxers
Hands
back
He
up.
would
then.
get on the
He's a
inside
better
and work
boxer, but
Wilder.
Holyfield gets hit, man.
His
Nah,
inside game is
Holyfield could beat
vicious.
him, man.
Inside
Holyfield could
game
beat him.
vicious, bro.
At
Go watch
46, the
Holyfield in his
guy,
prime.
at 47, the guy arguably beat. He got robbed by the Valuev. I know he was old, whatever. He wasn't that good.
And also
That shows
look.
how.
I'm sorry, Hamid, but George Foreman, arguably one of the biggest punchers in the heavyweight. Holyfield fought him in a phone booth fight. So you mean to tell me Wilder's going to stretch him on the inside? Holyfield loves fighting on the inside. He's
And
not a
Riddick Bowe as well.
I know he likes fighting on the inside, but I'm just
Wilder can't
thinking,
do Wilder. You see what Wilder does when somebody gets on the inside. He clinches and hopes for the best. He can't do nothing in there on the inside.
yeah, but
Holyfield will whip his ass, bro.
when he fought
I
Riddick
think
Bowe,
It's
Riddick Bowe was
over.
able to control his ass and hit him with that right hand. That's all I'm thinking about is if he fought Holyfield, he's got a great shot at landing that fucking right hand.
Hey yo, is Buster Douglas better than Wilder? Is Buster
Oh
Douglas better than
shit, here
Wilder?
we go.
Huh? Is he? Is Buster Douglas better than Wilder? I
Yeah,
got a
this
question
dude
for
is
you.
trolling, man. Get
Hey,
him out of
Serious
here.
question.
Since
Motherfucker brought
you
Buster Douglas up.
want to troll, I mean,
Is Buster
does
Douglas better than
Does
Wilder?
Holyfield hit harder than Harold Sconier?
Oh shit.
Answer that one.
Ooh.
Does Holyfield hit harder than Dustin Nichols?
Time
I
to
don't
work
know,
out,
man.
baby. Time to go work out.
Okay,
Yo,
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
is
that mountain's calling.
Ortiz really better than all these guys? And Ortiz had him virtually out on his feet. Like,
hell no.
These are facts. These are facts.
Hell no.
Y'all
I'm
double
about to take your
talking.
wrench again.
Y'all double talking.
Hey, Jalek, find a walking
Jaleel, you the
stick.
only one.
What the
Find
fuck
a
made you bring up Buster Douglas?
Because
Out of all the names you
Buster
could,
Douglas knocked him.
out of all the
Buster
names you could have
Douglas
picked,
knocked him
nigga.
out. He knocked him out. He knocked Tyson out. That's why. So if Buster Douglas can knock him
hey,
out,
look,
Wilder can knock him out.
Jaleel, anybody gonna win a fight coming off, losing their mom and getting there. Nigga, I ain't fighting no nigga who just lost their mom. That
So
was
now
a
you're
bad.
making excuses. Okay.
And then the
So
nigga you
Exactly.
was fighting is over there fucking hella Japanese chicks drinking and sniffing
okay, you're
coke and
making
all this other
excuses
shit.
now. Okay. Okay. So now you're
yo,
making
lost.
excuses. Okay.
All the
Okay.
great fighters have lost, man. Look, Wilder hasn't fought anyone on that level. The guy's
Exactly.
only
That's
started
two
fighting.
different.
Only
Look at
started
the
Well,
fighting
level of
top
if they
fighters
competition
fall,
recently.
Tyson had to fight.
if they fall, I got Wilder by knockout. That's all I'm saying.
Buster Douglas
Wilder over
be
Tyson.
Hollywood Tyson. He can be, gutter Tyson.
He couldn't even knock out Tyson
And
Fury.
you
I
would
know
lose
Styles
your
big
dreads
fight.
because of it.
He gonna lose
You
that
would.
shit anyway.
Yeah, you saw what Tyson Fury's head movement did, and that's a fat cokehead.
Shout out,
You want him
shout out
fighting
to
Mike
Buster
Tyson?
Douglas.
And
Shout
he
out
ain't
to
gonna.
Buster
And
Douglas.
you know how hard it's gonna be for him to clinch Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson is so much shorter than him.
Y'all
And so
didn't answer my
compact and
question.
likes to fight on the inside. He's
Is
not gonna be
Buster
able to clinch him. He's
Douglas?
gonna get hit.
Yep.
Hey, is Buster Douglas better than Wilder?
Oh,
That's all
stop
I
that.
need to know. Is
Yo,
he
can
better
you
than
talk
So
about
Wilder?
you're
something
using
else?
triangle theories. Now you're just trolling. You trolling using triangle theories. Yeah, okay. That's cool.
Let's see.
Yo, who is more
Is there any?
impressive?
Go ahead.
Who is more impressive when Joshua and Wilder both fought similar opponents? Because this was the first time Wilder's fought someone who he stopped before Joshua has, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what I say. He
because
needs to
Eric
fight.
Molina got taken out in 3.
Yeah,
And
hold up, whoa, Jalik. Also, Eric Molina had Wilder on Clear Street. You mean to tell me Holyfield not going to do that? Mike Tyson not going to do that? Like, come on, man. Stop trolling.
I ain't
Mm,
trolling, man. You not answering my question. Who will win between
Jalik, he
Wilder and
basically
Buster
just
Douglas?
answered your question. You used the triangle theory, so did he.
yeah, you can't use that one, bro. Hey, is there
No,
anybody
for
on let me see, who would probably be Buster? Because he brought up Buster Douglas. I'm trying to think of people that he fought, that
Oh,
Wilder
Buster
fought.
Douglas? I couldn't tell you. Oh,
As far as like anybody that would possibly give that work to Buster Douglas,
right now, in the what era you talking about?
his opponents, maybe you think maybe Ortiz, and
Nah, none of them, man. I don't.
you think
Maybe Ortiz had a
Buster Douglas would
chance
beat
of.
all his opponents?
Ortiz hurt Buster Douglas.
Nah, I don't know about that, man. If
That's probably
Mike Tyson couldn't, take him out. I don't know what Ortiz.
how tall was Buster Douglas? A lot of them motherfuckers was tall as fuck too.
Buster Douglas was big, man.
yeah,
I think
and
6'3".
people
6'3".
forget
Yeah, he
I
that
was
think
six.
Mike
I
6'3".
think it was 6'3". Buster
Mike
Douglas was
was,
6'3".
and
And
Mike is not a big heavyweight. Mike was like 212,
yeah, he
215.
12,
He's
Five
not a
five.
was
big
he like
guy.
5'10", 5'11".
5'10".
Yeah,
Yep.
He
so he
wasn't even
gave up
6'1".
height and he gave up weight, and he
Mm,
still was putting the motherfuckers on their ass.
A lot of times gave up reach.
right.
Yep.
So you can brag about how Deontay Wilder is, small in weight, but Wilder is tall as fuck
I think AJ would have a better chance against
and
Tyson
got a
than
long
Wilder.
reach.
I think
AJ could
AJ
box as
loses
well.
to Tyson as well too.
Yeah, AJ
Tyson
gets
Tyson
stretched.
will
Yeah,
destroy
but
AJ.
AJ will stop Joshua too because he can't move, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Tyson will
Tyson will
destroy AJ.
stop AJ easy.
Yeah,
Can't
Yeah.
be,
Tyson
can't
will
be.
beat them both, but AJ
Yeah.
would give him a better fight. Because
I hope Jalik. I hope Jalik heard that because he said you don't say nothing negative about AJ.
Oh yeah.
The only thing Wilder has is right hand. Once Tyson takes that away, Wilder's gone.
The
Like
fight's over. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
With Joshua
he might
has
take
got a
that away.
jab, he's got an uppercut, he's
And
got
he also got to
size.
worry about both Tyson's hands because that nigga got dynamite in both them
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Also, he was orthodox first, and Kuss turned him around to southpaw, so he's kind of ambidextrous a little bit.
I feel like
And
if he can't beat Tyson Fury, you definitely beat Mike Tyson. Nigga.
another
Hell
thing
no.
you guys have failed to size as well.
He'll
Tyson.
feel Tyson's fury. That's what the fuck will
Yeah,
happen.
exactly.
Another thing is Tyson wouldn't be given that much size up with Wilder. With Joshua would have about a couple of stones on. He'd be like about 20, 30 pounds heavier than him. With Wilder's a skinny guy. The guy only weighs about 220, something like that. I don't even
Man,
think Wilder got no advantage in that fight, even though he's
Wilder,
big.
Wilder
Man,
would not do good at all in the '90s era. He's not beating no George Foreman. To me, he ain't beating no Holyfield. That's for sure. He
I
ain't
think
beating no
Tommy
Mike
Morrison
Tyson.
would have knocked him out, man.
He might not be even beat Tommy Morrison. I don't know,
Tommy
man.
Morrison would have chinned him. Tommy Morrison could actually crack.
That
It's
left
just
hook
if
was nice, but
it's
Tommy
just
Morrison, he ain't beating no Ray Mercer. Um, who else? I don't think he's beating
Oliver
Bo.
McCall. What about?
That era
Yeah,
was stacked.
yeah, it was stacked. That's what I'm saying. Like we can't really even compare these
Even
guys to.
Shannon Briggs in his prime, the guy
Nah.
the one that fought Lennox Lewis in the first fight might have even given. Shannon Briggs had over 50 knockouts right now.
Hey,
So
Prime Vitali is stretching Wilder. I'm sorry.
I think Prime
Vitali in his
Vitali would have
prime.
beaten Joshua as well. Like the
Yeah,
only
yeah, of
guys I
course.
think
Yep.
Prime Vitali, I think Fury would have had a chance. Styles make fights, but even then, Prime Vitali would have beaten Fury as well.
Hey, if y'all had a chance to look at Hamed's screenshots, because I want to know what y'all think about this whole argument about
Yeah, I was reading
if
some of that shit.
AJ, yeah, if AJ is doing so well in the UK, why is he coming to the States?
That's to do with the zone, in my
To
opinion. The
expand
zone.
and take over the U.S. Like
I mean, I think he's just expanding his territory.
exactly. That's how I see
Pretty
it.
much.
No, but
I mean,
can I say that
Hey,
once White,
Charles,
Yeah, I got you.
priced himself out, pulled out, who else are they meant to fight in the UK? They've already fought at Wembley with Povetkin and Klitschko. The first time they fought was 90,000 because it was a super fight. Then Povetkin was 80,000. The crowd's just going to go small, and then people are going to say, oh, he's losing fans. So I think DAZN wanted him in America. I think he did the right thing. And Miller was a good
Well,
opponent, but
uh,
Miller pulled out.
what I think is, the zone needed him to launch that app in America. They needed him.
Miller
That's
didn't
why he's
do that.
here. So
Pull
that
out, nigga. Miller was filthy.
so you know what I'm saying the zone needed
No, he
him to
said Miller
launch the
pulled out. I'm
Av.
just saying Miller was dirty as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I think
was.
Wilder might fight Miller down the line. I think Al Heyman might sign up. Now that what he's done, I don't think Hearn and Matchroom are gonna keep Miller. I don't think the zone will. I think that's a fight that could happen. I would like to see that because
Bro,
a lot
if he
of
does,
people are.
listen, Muhammad though, I don't mean to cut you off, but if he's gonna fight Miller and he didn't fight Povetkin, then that's like a contradiction, bro. Somebody gotta call him out on that because
I want to
he
see the
turned.
styles. I want to see how Miller. I want to see the style wise how Miller would fare against him. But that's only if Al Heyman signs him. If he signs him, then you never know.
I mean, he should. I mean, it's just a little bit of pets. Just a little bit of pets.
But this is down the line, though. Like, say if they don't fight next year, then who else is he gonna fight? Because Miller's only gone for 6 months. Look, they got Ortiz. I would rather see Dillian Whyte and Joseph Parker fight Wilder. I don't mind the Konaki fight, but I do think Konaki should have at least one or two more fights before he steps up to that level. Because I think
Man,
that could be.
look how twisted the WBC rankings are. Kyle Naki fought pretty much all of Wilder's leftovers: Gerald Washington, Spilka,
And he
and
did a better job on.
he's the number one or not. He's like the number two mandatory. Probably going to get the shot before White, who's number one. And White fought Chisora, Brown, and Parker. That's what I'm saying. Like that don't make sense to me how he's not getting the shot. But we already know what it is.
The BC is corrupt. I think another fight that wouldn't be bad for either Fury or Joshua could be Pulev. If Wilder keeps waiting out, then those guys might as well try and get a fight with Pulev because at the moment it looks like Usyk is injured as well. He's out for a while. I mean, they could Fury could fight someone like Povetkin, but I don't think that's gonna happen because he's with Povetkin's with I think Matchroom or whatever the zone in it, but. Pulev and Joshua, I wouldn't mind seeing that because that's, I think, another top 10 opponent Joshua could fight. But
I'd rather see AJ versus Usyk.
I think they're gonna try and build that fight up. But that's gonna take a while. They're not gonna. They want to try and make that into a big fight in the UK. I think.
I want to see, like I'm looking at this article, and then I was reading the one that Angel Santos put in Hangout, and in the article, of course, Finkel and Wilder is open to welcoming possibly 2 or 3 fights, a second or third fight with Ortiz, but not on this list. I don't see nothing about Dillian Whyte, and it's just fucking shame because you're gonna fight the number 4 guy. And then you're gonna fight the number 3 guy, but not considering the number 1 guy.
Dillian Whyte has to win his fight. If he doesn't beat Rivas, then all this is like a nest. The only other thing I would say,
right, of course.
I don't think.
But the mere fact that he's not even considering him as an option, that's fucked up.
I think that's all messed up. But I don't think after the Brazil fight, I don't think Usyk would beat Wilder, man. I think a lot of people. I think you need to realize styles make fights. Usyk would have a better chance, I think, with Joshua.
I mean, he's just
Wilder.
Up, so I can't say that he'll beat Wilder either. I mean, I like his skills, but come on, man, you ain't never fought that fucking
No, I'm saying style wise, he as a heavyweight, he has fought a heavyweight. He'll have to have a couple of fights with a couple of at least a top 10 guy, but Joshua's style would probably suit him more. I still think they're both probably too big for him, but I don't think I think Wilder will knock him out because if he gets hit by the right hand Bellew was landing on him, all he'll take is one right hand from Wilder. I don't think that fight will probably happen though, because Usyk is looks like fight Joshua down the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, Jalik's still in the chat trolling. I had to time him out.
How long is Usyk out for with that torn bicep?
Hey, Black, you crazy.
7 or 8 months. That's a long injury, I heard.
God damn.
You crazy, boy. I'm spitting facts on here. I'm working out.
You gonna be working out. You in the chat trolling this shit, bro. There's consequences for that, man. This nigga over here.
Y'all crazy, man. Y'all hate. I don't know why
y'all like Wilder. See, Wilder won't fight the unified champion of this era, so this nigga want to compare him to. He want to make fantasy matches. Wilder facing somebody.
And it's a bad matchup. Why would you pick Prime Mike?
Right.
Nah, because listen, ILTBA was talking about it on his channel. Shout out to ILTBA, and people was calling in, and that's a good, that's a good thing. I think he would win. I think Lennox Lewis would be a tougher fight for him though. That'd be a tougher fight. Lennox Lewis, nice, yo.
But Mike don't have a chance.
He does. He gonna get knocked out though. He
Prime
might
Mike.
quit. Yeah, he might quit. Yeah.
Yeah. God damn. Jaleel, drop a weight on your foot.
Yeah, Jaleel, you done. You done with that shit. Let me see.
Yeah, drop a 5 pound, 10 pound weight right on your
Oh shit. Yeah, that nigga, man.
pinky toe.
But yeah, anyhow, man, I just like I
Prime Mike.
said, I mean, to get back on that shit, right? I mean, it's just ridiculous that we got to this point where because Deontay Wilder don't want to face the top guys in their prime right now in heavyweight division, we got to talk about him facing somebody in a whole nother era. It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. So
In an era where heavyweights were killers.
real killers, man. These niggas was fighting each other. They wasn't
No ducking, nothing.
bag talk, none of that shit, man. It wasn't talking bag talk. It was all with the shit. Everybody was
all
fighting
hands.
So, hey, man, like all these guys, man, these casuals, man, they really hype up Deontay Wilder like he's just, something that this world has never seen. Yeah, he got extraordinary power, but come on now. We've seen other guys in other eras like a Tyson and many others, man, that have extraordinary power. And these motherfuckers they'll whoop your ass in the ring and in the street. You know what I mean? Knock the motherfucking teeth out your damn mouth. You know what I mean?
Mike was about that action. Ask Mitch Green.
Tyson was about that shit, He wasn't on no Hollywood shit either. He was serious about that shit. You know what I mean? So
that nigga put hands on Mitch Green right in the street. You saw that nigga's eye.
Exactly. How many hands Wilder done put on? It was his brother. That
nigga shit to Brazil.
It's windy as fuck over on your side, bro.
Yeah, I know. It look like it's gonna fucking rain.
Shit, sounds like it's about to be a fucking tornado or some shit. That shit coming through. But you got any closing thoughts, man, on just a lot of the overhyped PBC, in my opinion, because it's just ridiculous at this point, man. Like a lot of the top fighters on the PBC seem like they're being protected. A lot of channels to protect them and make them hype them up. It's just ridiculous at this point, man, because we're not seeing the top PBC fighters fight the best competition. Like Unbiased said in the chat, Tank, Spence, now Wilder. I just feel like these guys is overhyped, man. They're not proving that they're the best, man. These guys are not unifying. All these top 3 PBC guys are not unifying. They don't have no interest in unifying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still waiting to hear what the fuck the latest is on Errol Spence. Why this fight not happening? Why is the August not being made? Not being met? And what is the next go option? Are you moving it to a different date or what? But we got to deal with so much mystery shit when it comes to PBC. The mysterious back end money or this mysterious date, new date or whatever. It's just so much dumb, mysterious shit, man. And it's just bad for boxing. It's just bad for boxing. So, y'all give y'all closing thoughts, man. We're gonna shut it down.
All that talent and no fight. I can't put Spence in that category until they tell me that fight is definitely off. He's safe, but my homeboy Tank, he got some explaining to do. Little fat motherfucker, undisciplined ass nigga. He ain't fighting nobody. And Wilder, I don't know, man. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about the politics, man. Just get in the fucking ring. The money is there. I don't see what the hell's what's the problem.
Trav says he says, "Hey Black, before you go, don't you know that Charlo opened as the favorite over Harrison and money actually came in on Charlo? Crazy. What you mean, bro? I'm not really understanding that.
He's talking about bets, like people putting money on Charlo. He's coming in as the favorite.
Oh, okay, in this rematch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know why.
Good luck.
From the shit that he's talking, I'm expecting the same fight.
Good luck with that shit.
Coming in swinging for the fences and get outboxed. I mean, I hope he proves me wrong, but fuck it. I don't care who wins that fight. I just know next up you gotta see J-Rock and Unify, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I think that the best fight stylistically will be Harrison and J Rock, man. That'd be an epic little um technical chess match right there. You know,
I think J-Rock could get him out of there.
think so? Yeah, because J Rock got
Yeah,
great inside work. He's very that old school style to him.
I wouldn't give Harrison no advantage.
Yeah, I mean Harrison got a good jab though. He got a good jab, but he does fade. It seems like J Rock got that snack shit working. That nigga is ready. Like he just be coming in there with a different mentality. He gonna come.
Hurd got a good jab, a long jab. He took that away from his ass.
Her jab was trash though. Her
He couldn't do nothing because he kept jumping in on him. He took that shit from him. He made it an in fight.
but Harrison got a faster jab. It's sharp and it's quick. It's a quick ass fucking jab to where you can get. He was snapping fucking Jamel's head back. We're gonna see a lot of that in June. Y'all gonna see it. A lot more of that jab on display. Boxing Master says Lennox was also ducking and marinating fight. He waited out a lot of fighters and didn't get Vitali. I'm being picky, but still, I thought he fought Vitali. He beat him.
But he ain't give him that rematch though. He stayed away from that shit.
He retired. Hey, Black, can I say something? I appreciate you having me on. I say Showtime is their momentum without Wilder. They done. They might as well
Which with
get
the
out of
bathroom taking
boxing.
the shit.
Yeah, I'm at Snap Fitness, but they without Wilder, their Showtime is not even worth watching. The Zone fights be way better than Showtime. Steven Espinoza, you need to step your game up. Nobody's going to be supporting Tank fighting tune-ups. Nobody cares about that. And I still got Wilder and AJ happening in the fall. And like I said, for any of y'all niggas in the chat, stop trying to build your name up. Step into the ring. And Black, shout out to Black, but Black know what it is.
What?
AJ over Wilder. I mean, Wilder over AJ.
There you go. You switching sides now, bro.
Nah,
Try to call me out and then fucking.
I still think Wilder trashes AJ if we see this fight in 2057.
Right. I think Wilder has a great chance, but right now he's doing some great ducking. So at the end of the day, I can't. He won't be. Jalek want me to make a prediction on a fight that ain't even close to happening because his guy don't want the fight. That's just fact. Wilder don't want the fight.
Nah, you don't want to make prediction. I made my prediction. I got Wilder over all of them.
You can make whatever prediction you want to make, but I'm gonna make my prediction when the fight get made. That's how that go.
Who you got between AJ and Ruiz?
I gotta go with the favorite, AJ. Be honest with you, I have not watched Ruiz fight, but I mean, I'm just going off just from the history of it. AJ.
It's gonna be a tough fight though. Ruiz ain't no joke.
They say he got better hands and shit. Shout out to Excalibur. He was saying the nigga is gonna be cutting AJ up for a little bit.
Yeah, he better than Kaznaki to me. He better than Kaznaki. So that fight gonna be a good fight. But I say AJ by decision. I don't think he gonna knock him out. If he do, it's gonna be late, like referee stoppage or something. Ain't gonna be no this knockout like that.
Yeah, so I mean, hopefully that fight is more competitive than what we've seen with Wilder in Brazil.
That wasn't even a fight, nigga.
Hey, Black, you don't like?
I didn't have the best seats at the fight, but man, listen, nigga, you heard that shit
when he landed.
What?
Damn,
nigga. I sat. What 118 is like. Shit, I wasn't close, but I wasn't far. Man, listen, you heard that shit. You heard that shit.
That nigga got that.
Where I was sitting, you heard it. That shit was, dude. Sound like a nigga slammed. It sound like a nigga slammed the door on a Cutlass, one of them old ass cars, steel shit. Nigga, sound like a nigga closed the door on a rock Chevy or some shit. Yeah, so it sound like a nigga closed the door on a classic car. Just dude, nigga, you heard that shit. And the way he fell, that nigga, it just didn't look good. Like, that nigga fell like he was trying to grab shit. You know how niggas be, you know how people just don't just fall. Niggas look like they trying to grab everything on their way down type of shit. That nigga was like that on some limp shit. Like, It just looked like it was in slow motion, like boom, crumble.
Right. Yes, sir.
Then they showed the shit on the overhead. I was like, Jesus Christ, because my angle I couldn't see it. His back was to me.
Mm.
Man, listen, I saw the shit on the overhead. I was like, Jesus Christ, you can't land nothing. No, you can't land nothing any flusher than that. That
Brazil
shit
thought he was
just,
gonna pull off a Tyson Fury. He looked dead and then get up right before the count of 10. That shit was a little too late.
man, listen, niggas had the smelling salt and shit. Like, sheesh.
Hey, Trav in the chat says our makers made Charlo's debut real quick.
All right.
Trav says odd makers made Charlo the favorite and bettors put money on him. That's good underdog money for gamblers. Hey, Trav, hit me up, man. I want to get in on that shit, bro. I ain't really bet on no fights or nothing like that ever. So you might have to just, give me the 4-on-1 on that, man, how I can get into that. Man, after you said you won that bag off Wilder and shit, I'm like, damn, I want to start doing that shit, man. Fuck. Let me start betting on these shits, these fucking fights. He says, and Spence making excuses for Canelo. We gotta negotiate. I'm not taking the first offer. Doesn't say I want to fight. I don't even want to hear nothing about Spence and Canelo, man. What's up with the fuck? What the fuck is up with Spence and Porter? Unified. Welterweight. See what I'm saying, man? This shit is just a stall. This shit is to stall and create misdirection. I'm not going for that shit, bro. If this nigga don't fight Sean Porter next, man, I'm done. Done with this nigga. Y'all niggas wonder why I flame this nigga because of dumbass shit like this, bro. Now he Hollywood Spence now. He need to fucking unify, man. 3 fucking tune-ups in a row. Now you want to go chase a nigga.
I do not want to see this nigga
in
fight
middleweight. Why can't the nigga already put in work to become undisputed at middleweight? Like, nigga, now you on your Mikey shit? Go up there so I get my ass whooping and I can come back down because I still got a strap. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. So sick of this PBC shit, man. This nigga better not duck that work with Porter. They better figure that shit out. I already know these niggas gonna come up with this narrative. Oh, it's Porter. Man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Porter got that WBC. This nigga already said that he'll fight you wherever, whenever. Just the money shit. I don't know what the fuck is stalling this shit.
I'm not going for that shit. If the fight don't happen, I know it's on Spence side. I know that. Y'all niggas is y'all playing games. All these niggas is set up ready to start trying to flame and blame it on Porter. When Spence already set up the narrative to duck this nigga Sean. Already set up the narrative. Oh, he can't sell out a family dinner and all this shit. Like, man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with that dumb shit. Go ahead and fight that nigga. Get that belt off of him, strap season. If you go up and fight Canelo, look, man, look. I'm through. Anything for the to protect these fucking top guys. Wilder, Spence, Tank. Sick of this dumbass shit. Unbiased says Andy better than Brazil. Gully says Wilder fought these 5 guys before he fought for a world title. Gavin, Scott, Furtha, Lakovic, and Ollie Harrison. WBC won't give Whyte a shot despite fighting much better opponents. Yeah, I don't even know who those guys are. And it's ridiculous the ducking that Wilder's doing.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It's sad, bro.
Like, I think Spence just might be. I think Spence had a taste of the that pay-per-view life, and now he's just being a diva, with the whole thing that like you said, with the fact that Keith Thurman got that Pacquiao fight, and his fight with Porter wasn't going to be on pay-per-view. So now he's like, thinking, and I mean, to an extent, I could kind of understand that, but, at the end of the day, Keith Thurman is still more accomplished than him. Keith Thurman did earn that, and it's just he. In all honesty, it wouldn't surprise me if he did fight Canelo, which is gonna be really more arguing points against Deontay Wilder with the whole DAZN thing. Especially if Spence goes and fights on DAZN to fight Canelo, which I think it would have to be because of that deal. $365 million. That's a lot of money.
Bro, he ain't gonna fight Canelo. This shit is misdirection, bro. telling you, man, if he fights some average motherfucker in the welterweight division besides Porter, nigga, look, nigga, I'm not holding back shit. I don't give a fuck what a nigga say. You know what I mean? This nigga's been ducking, bruh. You don't want to smoke with Crawford. You've been calling yourself strap season and all this shit and free smoke. Well, nigga, all this time you've been acting like you want to fight Porter. He right there. He right there. You know, that nigga's ready. Just agree. Just accept the terms. See what I'm saying? When it comes to a top guy that you got to fight, you know, that WBC, you know, and you know what come with that shit. You know what come with that shit. What the fuck you stalling for? What you stalling for? You know what I mean? Like I
That's
say,
actual clout chasing. Because didn't he get in the ring after Porter won that
yes,
belt?
Jason,
Talking hella shit.
talking all that damn shit, you know, getting in and trying to take over that nigga's press conference with your drunk ass, and then now the opportunity's right here to fight him, and you over here talking about Canelo. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, you know? And then these fucking dick riding ass fanboys be trying to protect that shit. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about you niggas. Like, I'm focused on the sport. Y'all keep protecting the duck and shit. That's why the sport of boxing is going down. Because you niggas keep allowing these motherfucking protected boxing champions to fight irrelevant fights. You know, irrelevant fights.
Hey,
Wilder
yo, I'm
just
gonna holla
fought.
at y'all.
All right, bro.
All right.
Wilder just fought fucking Brazil. He's not ranked higher than Dillian White. You know, Spence just fought Mikey Garcia. What the fuck? He's not a welterweight. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Tank is getting ready to fight. Who the fuck is that guy? Looking ass nigga. So I ain't got time to be fucking dealing with this dumb shit. Niggas ain't keeping the same energy. Y'all niggas is trying to protect these guys for ducking. Straight up ducking. Ain't no way around it. Straight duck season on the PBC side. You know?
And you can't even make the excuse, well, they're very active. They're very inactive. You
Yeah.
know, like if you was fighting 4, 5 times a year, yeah, you're gonna have some light touches in there. But Spence, he hasn't really been fighting that many times a year lately. You know, Tank definitely hasn't been very active. Wilder's the most active out of all of them. You can kind of give him a pass just because you know he fought Fury before he fought Brazil. Um, but at the same time, you kind of can't give him a pass because the opportunity to fight AJ was there too. It's not like it wasn't, you know.
Mhm.
So it's and I mean and in all honesty, if he would have signed that deal, he probably would have still fought Brazil next, you know. It just would have been for more money.
Mhm. Yeah.
So whatever excuses you could make for Wilder were actually nullified just by those facts. So like all these guys, they just it's like you said, PBC got that uh that black card. A lot of fans, they just because it's Al Heyman running running that side of the street, a lot of black fans are like, well, it's a black man and they're gonna support him just because. But
Mhm. And if you
that ain't
talk against them, they say you a coon.
exactly. And I
Fake.
mean, if you wanna support them regardless, I'm not gonna I'm not really gonna knock you for it. I'm gonna look at you as more of a casual fan because you're not looking out for the sport. But being a casual isn't necessarily a bad thing either. But if you're gonna come at me and say that I'm racist, or I mean, I'm not white, but I'm not black either, and being called a racist just because I say I don't like what the PBC is doing, you know, that's fucked up. I'm willing to accept your stance and why you have that stance, but you're not willing to you know,
Same.
return the thing exactly.
Yeah. Boxing Monster says in the chat, I agree my hometown homie Spence is clout chasing and ducking that smoke. You know what I mean? This is a nigga who from Dallas, letting it be known. So at the end of the day, yeah, he is clout chasing and he ducking that real smoke. You know? I don't know what the fuck this delay is shit. I got a couple ideas in my head why he delaying. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're gonna leave that for another video. We're gonna leave that shit for another video, man. But like I said, man, overhyped PBC. That's all it is. Overhyped. I don't give a fuck if a nigga don't like that. They overhyped. They're not fighting the best competition. The top three names on the PBC side, not including Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's in his own league of his own. But Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis, Earl Spence, these niggas is so overhyped, bro. So overhyped. And these niggas ain't doing shit. They
What
ain't
opponents?
fire.
What opponents would you say are acceptable for Spence at this time?
Porter. John WBC champion Porter. Showtime
Yeah,
Porter. That's it.
I mean, I probably wouldn't be mad if he were to do a Kell Brook rematch, just because
He's
Kell
at
Brook is
154.
probably
He's at
yeah.
154.
But he's been talking about fighting at 147 again. And I'm just saying, just because, now he's had time to heal and everything, he's got some, he's back in the winning column and everything. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Of course, I would rather see Porter or Crawford um, over that, but I wouldn't be too mad at that. If Danny was available, I would say that's a good fight too, but it looks like Danny's gonna be fighting Mikey, and Thurman is gonna be fighting Pacquiao. So really his options are not all that. There's not too many options, and the best option he has, it seems like he's refusing to take.
Say that last thing you just said.
It seems like the best option that he has, he's refusing to take.
Yeah, bro.
Because I mean, I think Porter's a winnable fight for him, and
Yeah.
it's a unification.
That's what's so crazy about it. Like, even Wilder facing AJ is a winnable fight for Wilder. But I just think that when it comes to these type of fights, when they see how much risk is involved, even if they have the somewhat slight advantage over it, or a good advantage over it, they just so caught up in the fame of it. They don't want to lose that status. So what if Sean Porter go in there outwork him? It's a possibility, and he gets the decision. What if Wilder goes in there and faces AJ, and AJ just stops him? He's a better man. I'll box him for 12. And then all of that status, that championship level status, is gone. You know what I mean? We seen what happened with Jamel. Who checking for the nigga now? He just is emotional peroxide dyed hair ass nigga out here wearing anklets. Like, nobody checking for the nigga Jamel. You feel me? So once your champion status is stripped from you, then we looking at you like, well, this is who you really are, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, Jared Hurd is a cool dude though. He lost, but we still see that he got good character. He's a respectable guy, family guy, and we ain't got too much negative to say about him because he wasn't acting like an asshole while he was champion. He wasn't out here ducking, as a champion. He was
Yeah,
doing the right stuff as a champion.
I mean, he was unified.
Yeah, he was unified. So we can't shit on Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd was doing all the things that you wanted a champion to do. All these other guys that's holding on to straps, they doing ducking, they blowing up 20, 30 pounds in between fights. They out here drinking and shit. They out here in clubs, partying, twerking, and doing all kind of dumbass shit to where it's just like, I can't wait till you niggas lose. You niggas ain't good for the fucking sport. You niggas ain't all in, and y'all not really, what I mean, trying to be the best. You know what I mean? You niggas was talking that good shit though, talking that talk. But when it came down to it, when the real smoke pulled up on you, you niggas over here talking about, it ain't enough money yet. It's a brutal sport. Call Al and all this old weird ass excuses shit. So I'm like, man, these niggas changed up, and then the fanboys are helping these guys to get the pass. So it's okay. When these niggas lose, I ain't gonna lose no sleep. I'm like, hey, let's go on for the next one.
Whenever they start talking that it's a brutal sport, I mean it's true, but when you hear a fighter saying it when he's being asked about a fight that everybody wants to see, that just makes me wish I was there to say, so are you handing in your resignation? Like, are you done at, it's a brutal sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what you're doing at this point? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
but
you can't half step in this shit. You can't half step at all.
Yeah, especially when you was just talking about that you wanted to catch a body.
Yeah, kill or be killed. Now you're talking about, well, we got to make the most money because the head was not meant to get hit, and we can lose our lives in the sport. So y'all allow us to get the most money, and huh? Yeah,
After he just hit this dude in the head.
right. You wouldn't talk
You
that
know?
shit about Brazil, but now when they ask you a question about AJ, you got to bring up so much safety precaution shit. How much money you got to get because it's so dangerous. Like, yeah, exactly, nigga.
It's that it's that PBC formula. It's okay when it's a lamb being led to the slaughter, but
Mm-hmm.
then when it comes to where, well, this is not a sure win for you, then it's like
Now,
you turn into
now you the lamb.
yeah, you're a promoter, you're a lawyer, you turn into
Business
uh
ain't right.
you ain't talking about killing nobody at that point. You're talking about everything else but the fight.
Right.
And he ain't keeping the same energy, just like a lot of these other dudes in the PBC. It's not the whole PBC, but it's a
Right. It's
it's
just the
most
top.
of them.
It's just the top three. Those top three. You feel me? So at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna keep my eye out and see what's gonna happen, man. I'm gonna fucking keep my eye on Errol Spence, see what the fuck he gonna do. If it ain't Sean Porter, bro, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. We're gonna see what Deontay Wilder gonna do. I don't know if he gonna try to rematch Ortiz again or something. Whatever, that's trash. And then Tank ain't doing shit. You know what I mean? So, but if Wilder, only fight that I would give Wilder a pass to fight is Dillian Whyte. He's at the number one spot. He been asking for that smoke. He should have been had that opportunity. WBC, y'all fucking him over, man. Y'all fucking up with Dillian Whyte. This guy should have been had his shot. You know, and letting it be known, overhyped PBC. That's what they are. They overhyped. And but shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to you, Red. Shout out to Bias, Jalik, Double Talk Promotions leader, um, Jalik the troller. You know what I'm saying? Charles D. Shout out to everybody, man. It's part of UDC. Click. Y'all make sure y'all go to the my homepage, hit the channels tab, and subscribe to all my brothers there in the UDC. Click, man. Any closing thoughts, Red?
Only thing I didn't get to say that I wanted to, this is just about Brazil. I don't understand his whole thought process of, I, you know, I think the ref stopped the fight too early. Wilder stopped the fight. If it got stopped too early, it was Wilder who stopped it. But
Yeah. Shout
I
out to
think I,
Wilder being the referee and stop the fight.
but I think you're on the ball with this whole thing. It seems like the most hyped up PBC fighters, they're really hyped up, but really they're just getting passes left and right. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. Um, PBC will probably never have an undisputed champion if
Mm,
this is the attitude that they're gonna keep. Um, and I think that really works against them. Like if you're just in it to make the money, it works out great for you. But if you actually want to be remembered for doing great things in the sport, you got Lomachenko over at top rank doing great things. You got Crawford. He's already become undisputed
already,
once.
right.
Exactly. And if he has his way, he's going to become undisputed again.
Mm,
Canelo might become undisputed, or Andrade. Um, you're going to have all these people who are going to have these accolades that at the end of all these PBC fighters' careers, they're going to wish they could say that. This could cost them, being Hall of Famers, you
right.
know? So I
That's
guess
great.
that's all I got for my closing thoughts.
Yeah, man. Great closing thoughts. Shout out to Red Glove for that, man. Hey, I couldn't have said it better than what he just said, man. So, at the end of the day, these guys are not concerned about legacy or being in the Hall of Fame. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, a lot of these overhyped PBC guys is only going to be known for going after the bag. And it's a lot of motherfuckers like that. But guys like Ali, Frazier, ones that have passed away already, Patterson, these guys are remembered forever, for the ages. They're stamped in legacy, So that's what we all about. We all about talking about the best, we all about legacy fights, guys, that's trying to fight the best that's in their division. And then once you clear out your division, go up in weight and challenge yourself there. And then, but if you feel like, this ain't for you, and you've already, topped off your ability, then it's time to get up out the sport, But It's time for the fans to really start getting prime era type boxing like I used to be, man, where we didn't have to be. We out here begging for the best fights, man. We're out here trying to beg to get these fights, and then these fighters are telling us, "No, nigga, you gotta wait. It's not gonna happen. Fight's not big enough yet." All of this stuff. I mean, 70s, 80s, 90s era, we didn't have to fucking hear this soft ass shit. But a lot of you niggas are soft because you're giving this shit a pass. These guys is getting more passes than wide receivers in the NFL, and it's fucking ridiculous. But that's all I got, man. I'm the Black Horseman. Big shout out to the UDC Click. We out.